Escorted by Mike and Patty Knopfel. Lindsay Coker, escorted by Brad and Amy Coker. Sarah Mattingly, escorted by Carrie and Mike Mattingly. Tatum Shore Fitzgerald, escorted by Christine Shore, Sean Fitzgerald, and Royden Fitzgerald. Abby Siegel, escorted by Jim, Jennifer, and brother Jake Siegel. Naomi Thompson, escorted by Paul and Stephanie Thompson. And finally, Charlotte Witt, escorted by Alan and Gina Witt. Those are our senior team members, the Kirkwood Pioneers dance team. We would also like to thank the Pioneer Pride Band seniors and parents for their 8 years of musicianship, dedication, leadership, and support in the Kirkwood Band program. First, we have Jonah Belden, escorted by Mr. Andrew Belden. Oslin Bezaru, escorted by Eric and Stacy Bezaru. Ryan Bowermaster, escorted by Todd Bowermaster and Cynthia Brown. Zoe Browning, escorted by James Browning and Sally Browning. Jack Bouguet, escorted by Mrs. and Mr. and Mrs. John and Regina Bouguet. Grace Burris, escorted by Mr. and Mrs. Burris. Lexi Casey Custer, escorted by Mr. and Mrs. Stephen Custer. Anna Curtis, escorted by Mr. and Mrs. Owen Curtis. Sophia Daler, escorted by Mike Daler. Paul Hennerich, escorted by Paul and Heather Hennerich. Olivia Hiscox, escorted by Michelle Hiscox. Spencer Cates, escorted by Mrs. Ren Cates and Mrs. Ann Terrell. Jack Leonhard Smith, escorted by Eddie Smith and Mrs. Sarah Leonhard Smith. Hannah Lord Howe, escorted by Brian Howe and Miss Charla Lord Howe. Abby Mall, escorted by Mr. and Mrs. Lewis and Peggy Mall. Victoria Ono, escorted by Miss Jenny Ono. Samantha Ricks, escorted by Mr. Ricks. Camilla Rappel, escorted by Ryan and Christy Morgan. Katie Rudolph, escorted by Dan and Annabelle Rudolph. Grace Runge, escorted by Jeff and Sarah Runge.
Spent all my graduation money.
Charlie Russell, escorted by Richard and Paula Russell. Casey Stark, escorted by Mrs. Amy Stark and Mr. Todd Stark. Sandra Swap, escorted by Kate and Voltec Swap. Alexander Toulier, escorted by Holly Toulier. Scott Thierman, escorted by Jeff and Bob Thierman. Samaya Treywick, escorted by Dr. and Mrs. Treywick. Mackenzie Van Buren, escorted by Megan Van Buren. Rune Verbrugi, escorted by Conrad Verbrugi and Hilda Van Dorborn. James Bowe, escorted by Mr. Min Chow and Miss Carrie Bowe. AJ Wallach, escorted by Karen and Stan Wallach. Eve Wick, escorted by Jeff and Christine Wick. Noah Wolf, escorted by Ken and Julie Wolf. Clark Woodruff, escorted by Dan and Stacy Woodruff. Finally, Kayla Zorn, escorted by Dan and Danielle Golby. Please stand and join us in playing the Kirkwood alma mater, Hail Kirkwood.
What's going on? They suck.
Cummings, Kirkwood High School Pioneer Pride Band Seniors.
It sucks, we can't see the scoreboard from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you scoot over to about right where Max is and keep right over that silver thing, you can just see the time.
That silver thing sucks.
Yeah.
They clearly didn't think.
Are you up here alone today, Butler? They won't put it.
Yeah, well, pretty
soon.
Pretty soon you won't even be able to see that one just because they can't replace the lights. Yeah. It's all there. It's like the active. No, they got rid of the active. Yeah, so like
Silky beat.
Anthony Thames, Tim Rutledge, Will Ball, George Roberts, Tim Harilka, and Trevor Harilka. Wagner, Jason Evans, Drew Doherty, Butler Benote, Matt Craffle, Brendan Doyle, Blind Carr, and Kirkwood great Jeremy Macklin. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that everyone please stand and join in honoring our nation and the men and women currently serving in our armed forces. As members of Kirkwood American Legion Post 156 provide the color guard today. They are Mr. Mike Lavin, Mr. Chuck Shooter, Mr. Don Stream, and Mr. Rick Stream. And now please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the playing of our national anthem, performed by the Kirkwood High School Pioneer Pride Marching Band, under the direction of Miss Rebecca Friesen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon, happy Thanksgiving, and welcome to Lions Memorial Stadium for the 112th edition of Turkey Day football between Webster Groves and Kirkwood High School. I'm Max Potler alongside Alex Bainham. And man, in the year 1907, 22 young men lined up on their respective 40-yard lines and kicked off what became the best Thanksgiving Day rivalry on this side of the Mississippi. Now here we are 112 years later on Thanksgiving Day in 2019, do the same thing for the 112th time. How cool is that?
It is very cool, Max, and we want to let you all know that Webster leads the all-time series with 58 wins, 53 losses, and 7 ties. However, Kirkwood has had their number lately with 6 straight wins, including a 75-34 massacre last year at Moss Field, where that was the highest amount of points scored in any Turkey Day game at 109.
Unbelievable. What a team. What a team.
Yeah, and with the loss of a lot of seniors from last year's Kirkwood team, there was a lot of doubts going into this season, but they performed pretty well.
That's what you would think, but Kirkwood this year actually was able to finish with a 6-4 record. Of course, they only had 3 home games. They were supposed to have 4, but the Jeff City game got rained out and played there. That actually turned out to be the best game they played all season. Likely they put up numbers and numbers and numbers. Cannon Neslitz broke multiple records.
8 touchdowns.
All this without number 2, the Mizzou commit, Jay Macklin.
Indeed, indeed. And Kirkwood has been no shortage of points this year, averaging about 35 points per game. The offense has just been crazy this year.
I'll tell you what, remove the Jeff City game and we still break records this year.
Exactly.
As important to the team as winning the game.
So, of course, Kirkwood was...
The awards will be presented to this year's winners by Kirkwood Pioneer head coach Daryl Shelton.
We have got 55, Matthew Connolly, and number 11 for Webster. Jerkon Connors out for the coin toss right now.
From Webster Groves.
Actually a sportsmanship award. How about this?
Sportsmanship award.
Matthew Connolly has been bragged on by his coaches since he actually got into the program. He started off as a quarterback, realized for his size and his weight he wasn't going to be able to play, so he moved to center. And here he is. He's been playing great every single game. You never see the kid say a negative thing. Unbelievable. And we're happy for Webster's person, too.
And for a center, he is not a big guy. It is crazy the type of work he has been able to do as a center, being as small as he is.
And there you go. Listen to that Frisco bell ring one more time before one team walks away with it at the end of this game.
Indeed, indeed. Webster's looking to snag it for the first time in 6 years, and Kirkwood's looking to extend the historic win streak. No one's ever won 6 in a row in Turkey Day, and they're looking to make it 7.
An unbelievable run. When I was a freshman here at Kirkwood, it was 2016. We saw Reese Goddard and Ivan Barnett, along with Tyrese and so many other guys, come out after a state championship and come out and play this game. Of course, Reese suffered the gruesome broken collarbone. So Cooper Wise, last year's quarterback, actually got a chance to get in that game.
Yeah.
And ended up playing amazing for their game.
That is true.
And then this year came and played too and made it the highest scoring game in history between the two schools.
Some things to note is Kirkwood this year, having only played a couple of home games, is a 2-1 at home, where Webster is 1-4 away. So being away from Moss Field does not help Webster at all.
You'd be surprised because that's actually one of the last grass fields left in our area.
That's very crazy. Some players to look out for. Noah Arinze from Webster is committed to Oklahoma. And, of course, Jarius Macklin, wide receiver, committed to Mizzou.
And he's not the only commit that's going to come out of this class. You've got multiple talented young men, maybe not going D1, but they will find their way to the collegiate level, I believe.
Captains are out for the coin toss right now.
Such a historic moment. Just every year the same thing happens, and it is ranked number 6 in Thanksgiving Day football rivalries. It is the number 1 west of the Mississippi. I mean, just everyone here embraces it, whether they're Webster or Kirkwood. We've all had our times winning and losing, but either way we come back the next year ready to embrace whatever result happens. There's that Pioneer Pride band that everyone brags about. One of the largest bands in the state.
That is true. They call them the best band in the land.
Do such a great job every year, not only for football, but they hit some basketball too, pep rallies. Always a good time.
They started going out to volleyball games as well. The drumline did.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. So Kirkwood tonight, for only the second time this year, actually wearing their classic red uniforms. Of course, we have the gray alternates donated by Jeremy Macklin. They've been able to wear it twice. And then, of course, so many away games.
The opening kickoff.
Webster Groves has received the opening, will receive the opening kickoff.
Kirkwood will defend the south building.
So David Brigandy of the special teams will go and kick off for Kirkwood. Special teams this year actually participating in No Shave November. All rocking mustaches.
Really?
Yeah.
I tried No Shave November, and I had to shave before I came home because my mom would not have liked that.
hoping that wasn't 3 weeks of no shaving.
Oh, no. Nope, I had to shave before I came home.
Once again, you can hear that Frisco bell ringing in the background. One of these teams is going to take it home, and I can't wait to find out which one it is.
I'm telling you, this senior class does not want to be the class to lose it. Kirkwood has, ever since 6 years ago, has been winning and winning and winning, and they do not want to be the first to lose it in 6 years. They do not want to end the streak.
Senior offensive lineman Don Brown, actually, right after finishing a 16-inch cheese pizza in under 7 minutes, made a great quote saying that it doesn't matter if we win or lose state. That's something, you know, not everyone's going to remember because it doesn't just get the chance for everyone, but it's whether you win the Turkey Day game, that's your real accomplishment as a senior.
Number 40. Back to receive for the Statesmen, number 11, Jerkon Connors.
line heating up.
Noah Kaplan.
And and they'll start over. Little miscue by Burgandy.
And number 7, Jacoby Banks.
And we are underway in 2019. Burgandy going to send it out to about the 15-yard line. They're going to try and bring it back. 21 still going, can't be brought down until the 31-yard line.
30-yard line. Big 1st and 10 for the Statesmen.
So the Statesmen will start it from the 31-yard line with a 1st and 10.
Tackle was applied by number 25, Tyson Boyd for the Pioneers.
Taking the snaps for the Statesmen today, number 10, Enrique Quiones. He's now hands it off, find his way out to about the 35-yard line.
Yancey with the carry. He'll gain a couple. Number 2, Jay Macklin with the tackle.
Macklin making the tackle for Kirkwood, playing on both sides of the ball.
That's something you see a lot of high school, college commits do, is play both sides of the ball, especially wide receivers will also go out and play defensive back.
Really helps to raise that football IQ, especially as an offender. Snapping it directly to the running back, going to take it out with a gain of just about no yardage.
Once more. Gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line.
So we'll look at 3rd and 5 from the 37-yard line now. Webster looking in for the play. Kirkwood looked like a bunch of hungry dogs ready to strike.
They've got the box stacked. Watch out, they're coming in for the run.
So once again, they direct snap it to the running back. It looks like he might be playing the quarterback position tonight.
Today. He's met by a wall of Pioneers.
So no yardage there on that one. Looks like Webster will have to punt.
Led by number 32.
Kirkwood sending out the special teams. So it'll be Macklin and Jackson Fortner back to receive for the Pioneers once the punt goes off.
4th down and 2. Ball spotted at the 40-yard line.
Jackson Fortner is quite the young talent in both football and basketball, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely, leading wide receiver. Got to watch out for Will Lee too, very dynamic lately.
Will Lee made all conference in 2 different positions, or 3.
A great punter. That one not so much. Out to the 30. It's going to be Fortner, brings it back. Looking to the 40, 45, 50. He's still riding the sideline. Out at around the 56-yard line.
And that is something you can do with 2 returners back, is have one of them go up to block one side, and then you can sweep around them, get a couple extra yards. It's something you don't see in the NFL just because they're so talented. But back in high school and college, when the talent level isn't as high, it's also not always nice to get that extra block.
People definitely willing to do whatever it takes. We talk about football IQ once again. I'd say Macklin and Fortner are 2 of Shelton's most trustworthy players. So the Pioneers will go 1st and 10 from the Webster 37. My bad, Webster 43. So Nestledge playing quarterback for the Pioneers. Had a great season this year. Broke all kinds of records. Referees signal their own timeout. Let's see what's wrong.
Maybe an issue with the clock. It's an official timeout.
Well, Will Lee now coming off the field. Having to take off his visor. The visor was too dark to play in. A new Misha rule actually from just a few years ago. Must have a clear visor if you will wear one.
They're working on that down on the sidelines.
Nestledge takes the snap, hands it off to Cameron Macon. Going to try and run it up the middle. He finds a hole. He's going about to the 37-yard line.
Number 4, Cameron Macon with the carry.
Cameron Macon is quite the 2-sport athlete. Also being really good at baseball, playing second base or shortstop as well.
Second down and 4.
These dual sport athletes, I'm telling you, Jay Macklin used to play basketball too, did a great job over there. Of course, hurt the foot, caused him to be out for 5 weeks this year. So Macklin will line up on his own home side. Nesledge takes the snap. Looking out, he's going to throw to Macklin. There he is, it is. Oh, just off the hand.
Nesledge's pass just a bit long, intended for number
What a
2,
pass by Nesledge. Now signaling to Macklin, use both hands. These are the kind of throws that he loves to make.
Macklin loves that go route to the outside back corner. It's where he can get some nice separation, use his speed.
He's definitely seen some of his best plays from this year on that route. So now the offense looking in for the sign. No running back behind Nesledge. Takes the snap, drops back. About the same route. Macklin makes the catch, tries to break the tackle. He breaks the tackle, there he goes. Touchdown, Pioneers! Great dynamic running from Jay Macklin there, breaking the tackle and actually finding the inside of the field, taking it straight to the house. What a play by the D1 commit, and a great throw by the quarterback.
Look at the strength of Jay Mack to shed that tackle. That is no easy feat.
So now here's Brigandy for the extra point. The hold by Connor Gibson, another senior. The snap, the hold, the kick. It is good.
Extra point is good.
So Kirkwood will take the lead 7-0.
Pioneers 7, Webster Groves Statesmen 0.
With 8:50 to go in the first quarter of this Turkey Day matchup. Of course, the cheerleaders doing their patented 1 kick per point. You saw in the Rittner game that got a little strenuous. So here's Brigandy to kick off for the second time this game. So for the Kirkwood defense, they gave up about 26.9 points per game. Of course, in their final loss to Joplin, they gave up 69 points. Of course, they scored an amazing amount of points too. Not much defense in the game overall. Of course, now Joplin will be in the state final against, oh no, state semifinal, my bad.
They'll be playing DeSmet.
Yes. Levin's going to take it out now. Going to try and break tackles, jumping 4 Pioneers on him, take him out about the 34-yard line.
Carter's with the
Pretty good return there.
Up past the 30-yard line.
If you looked a little closer, you would have seen him hurdle. That is not something coaches teach players to do. That is just an instinct they have, and we've seen it in the NFL this year. Lots of hurdling and a lot of injuries resulting from it.
It's a dangerous play, but if you can pull it off right, it turns out to be pretty good. Of course, they try to avoid it in high school just because the odds of pulling it off correctly are slightly lower. That's where that visor comes in handy.
Yeah.
Flag on the field.
And the flag on the field already. We'll see what it's for. Going to be against the Statesmen. They'll move it back. Just, oh, a 10-yard penalty. So a frustrating start to the drive for the Statesmen after picking up that penalty. They'll now start from the 30-yard line. There's the snap, the handoff. Going to find a hole towards the outside. Brought down at
number 22,
the 37.
He'll get back the penalty yardage and a little bit more. Gain of 7. Second down and 8.
So it'll be 2nd and 8 for the Statesmen. Pioneers actually have a significant amount of their offensive linemen that were planning on playing defense tonight. So far, not the case. We'll see how it goes. Of course, trying to get it in for the seniors and maybe get these juniors that'll be playing O-line next year a chance to get in a game. There's the pass. It's caught off the tip and brought down by Myson Pace.
Complete to number 42, Noah Arinzi.
Will be Noah Arinzi making that catch. A little ugly play, but it ended up working out just fine for the Statesmen.
1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Tackle by number 7, Myson Pace.
That's the Oklahoma commit looking to make a statement in this game. hopefully turn the tide towards the Statesmen.
Every game counts, especially when it's the last game of your high school career. So flag on the play. It'll be a false start on Webster.
Illegal motion against the
Illegal
Statesmen.
motion. And so they'll bring it back once again. Second penalty of the game for the Statesmen. So 1st and 15 now for the Statesmen from the 42. Takes a snap, another handoff. Gonna try and run it up the middle. He's got space, still going. Using his blockers to get him there.
Yancey with the carry. Neil Drakes, Kirkwood tacklers along the way. Another nice.
That's something that killed the Kirkwood team last year and kept the game close at half, at least in Turkey Day, was the run game of Webster. And they did really well in that, and
Ball spotted.
Kirkwood couldn't really pull away with their defense until the end, the second half and the end of the game.
Kirkwood defense, likely their Achilles heel for this season, is really going to have to step it up for this game. This run game is intense, and the quarterback showing that he's the dual threat. However, a big tackle for 4 Pioneers there,
Yancey with carry once again.
keeping it to 3rd and 10.
This time, no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
If Kirkwood's going to win this game, they will win it with their defense. They've allowed 26.9 points per game, which is higher than in recent years. But with the high-flying offense, they were able to win a lot more games than the defense would have allowed.
The offense is going to be there for the Pioneers this year. They're just stacked up, and you know what? 3 of those guys are juniors too, so it's going to keep, actually 4 of them counting the quarterback. So it's going to keep going. It's really going to have to be the defense that they focus on going into this offseason. So there's a snap, dropping back. Can't seem to find space. He's going to be brought down by a trio of Pioneers, bringing up 4th
Tackle on
down.
the back foot. By Kirkwood, tackle for a loss. Like number 58 was in on that tackle. Dejan Ewing.
Dejan Ewing making the tackle, another senior for Kirkwood. Put in such hard work his entire career here, really. Freshman year, didn't know if he was going to play football or not. Ended up coming out to camp, coming out to try out to see what happens. Made it, and look at him now 4 years later. There's a good pass on 4th down.
Pass is complete.
It is completed.
Number 12.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 21.
That'll be a 1st down for the Statesmen.
That's senior Kevin Jones also looking to make a statement here. A very senior-heavy Webster Groves football team we have here.
With the tackle.
Just about 21 seniors for the Pioneers this year. Their whole O-line,
Official timeout.
definitely a concern for next year. All going to be departing. So another official timeout, looks like for a substitution. No matter what, a great play call by Webster there to go for it on 4th down. So 5:45 left in the first quarter. Quarterback looking in for the snap now. Got uneven receivers, and he's going to try and instead run it. There he finds a gap. Here he goes. And 5, and touchdown, Statesmen.
Touchdown, Cameron Yancey. We do have a flag on the field.
We have a flag over by the 15-yard line.
Yeah, on the 10 and the 15. 2 flags on the play right now.
Could be a holding. I did see a block down there. I'm not sure if it was holding. Didn't get a good look at it.
This Webster team coming back. It looks like they admit to their guilt.
Yeah, we have a holding on Webster Groves. That'll erase the touchdown, move them back.
Negate the score.
Kirkwood going to get lucky on that one.
It'll be 1st and 14. Ball spotted at the 25-yard line.
So from the 25-yard line, it'll be 1st and 14 now for the Statesmen. So far showing that they got both games going, passing and running. Takes the snap, looking out wide. There he goes. Oh, what a catch. He is
Passes.
in for the touchdown.
Statesmen.
Number 7, Jacoby Banks. What a play. What an unbelievable setup. Quarterback knew where he was going the whole time. It was just about finding the right time to make the throw, and man, did he demonstrate his patience there.
He really did, and that's a play that everyone likes to call a nice little moss. Reaches over the defender, snags it right from in front of his face. A little bit underthrown, but with a wide receiver that's that athletic, you can do that, and he will. He will make the catch.
A dynamic pass, a dynamic route, and a dynamic catch. So now for the field goal. Bobbled the snap. Still going to go in on time. It's 7-7.
Shades of last year. They were score for score in the first half.
Webster Groves Statesmen, 7.
So here we have the potential to see another offensive shootout. Quite a few of those for the Pioneers this year.
The best offensive performance for the Pioneers was against Jefferson City, where they scored 61 points. So you're right, they have been quite a lot of shootouts this year.
61 points through 3 quarters playing with their varsity. They then put their JV in after the 3rd quarter, didn't score a point.
That is true. They could have scored more if they wanted to.
Makes you slightly worried for next year. But with time comes development.
And this defense has showed shades of playing really hot. Their best performance was they only allowed 6 points to a very strong Eureka High School team. So if they don't have an answer early, they will definitely find one.
Correction, actually scored 6 points against Eureka, gave up quite a few more than that.
Is that true?
Yeah, we lost Eureka.
I looked at the wrong stats, and that is my fault.
Happens. So Macklin back to receive for the Pioneers. We'll see how this kick goes. Very strong built kicker for Webster. Sends one low, a knuckleball. Malcolm going to take it up. He's at the 25 to the outside. He'll run out of bounds at the 30. So 1st and 10 for the 30 for the Pioneers.
Kickoff is returned by number 2, Jay Macklin. He'll take it up past the 30-yard line. Number 11, Kirkwood Connors escorts him out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10, Pioneers from the 32.
So this explosive offense now will look for another chance to show them what they can do, really, and get people excited for next season and just to win this game. Message back with Macon directly behind him. 3 receivers set on the left side, 1 on the right. He'll go with the screen pass. Up to the 40, to the 50, he'll be brought out of bounds. What a play by the Pioneers.
Number 1, Cole Johnson. That'll be good for 1st down.
Cole Johnson taking his cues the way they're set, running straight out to the left side, takes the pass and just takes it right up the side.
Cannon Nesselage, the season record holder for Kirkwood High School in passes in a season, passing yardage for a season.
Cannon Nesselage just broke the record for passes in a season in his first season as a starter.
Very pass-heavy offense for the Pioneers this year.
Absolutely. Great passes made by him, too. Got to be proud of his dad, Corey Nesselage, actually down on the field coaching this game.
Wow.
Yeah, not something you see every day.
Now the athletic director getting his hands dirty.
Love to see it. So the Pioneers look back for the sign again. All 3 coaches giving it out. Of course, Corey Nesselage now yelling out to his son, the starting QB. There's a handoff to Macon. We'll just find 1 yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Pioneers.
He'll gain another yard. Be 3rd down and 8.
Correction, 3rd down and 8 from the 42.
Azarenzi.
Here's Nesselage with the snap. Heading straight out to number 11. He's going to come out, find his way to the 1st down.
Number 11 with the catch, Jalen Phipps. That should be good for 1st down. Tackled by number 10, Ricky Giannis.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the 37 for the Pioneers.
1st and 10, Pioneers, 37-yard line.
Nesselage takes the snap, looking out wide up the center.
Nestlage's pass is complete once
They're
again.
trying to catch the Webster defense snap, and they went no huddle and no back set.
Like number 1, Cole Johnson with the catch. Gain of about 5, 2nd down and 5, ball spot at 32-yard line.
Neslich takes the snap. Once again, sending it out wide. There's Will Lee. Oh, no, correction.
Number 6 with the reception.
Jackson Fortner with the reception.
That'll be good for a first down.
Good for the Pioneer first down.
Link Joy. Push out.
So it'll be Phibbs and Macklin lined up to the right side of Cannon Neslich now. Taking the snap, looking over, but a flag on the play will delay what could have possibly been an explosive play for the Pioneers.
Looks like we'll get a false start on the Pioneers here.
So a false start for the Pioneers moves them back. Oh, illegal motion. Second illegal motion flag I've seen this game.
Lost 5 yards on the play.
Might be the first two I've seen all season, actually. So regardless, it'll be 1st and 15 for the Pioneers now. Neslich's looking to his right, up the middle instead to Will Lee. Out to the 20 for a gain of 10 yards.
We have another flag in the backfield.
Will Lee. Flag on the field, however.
Neslich isn't down, so I'm assuming this could be on the Pioneers' offensive line. Possible holding. That's a personal foul on the Pioneers.
Personal foul against the Pioneers.
A rare occurrence for this offensive line of the Pioneers, so diligent. So that'll push him back another 15 yards.
Yard penalty will push the Pioneers all the way back. The Statesmen 48-yard line. 1st and 33.
So 1st and forever for the Pioneers. Neslich looking out. There he goes. Up the center, but can't get any real
Ball's loose.
with it. Ball is loose.
And it is recovered by the Statesmen.
That's number 22, Cameron Yancey.
A disastrous drive for the Pioneers. However, great defense by the Statesmen. Definitely going to show this Pioneer offense that they've got to work for this one.
From their own 46-yard line, 1st and 10.
It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 46 for the Statesmen. Now looking to tack on some more scores.
Can the defense respond?
Quiones takes the snap. Looking to the outside, can't make the catch.
Pass intended for number 7, Jacoby Banks. Falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10, Pioneer.
So 2nd and 10 for the Statesmen now. Have shown a great little mix of Cameron, Yancey, and Quiones taking the snaps. Yancey will take it usually directly and run it up the middle. But we'll see what Quiones can do with the ball, with Yancey right to his side. Quiones takes a snap, dropping back, looking deep, no chance.
Pass is a bit too long, intended for number 11, Jerquan Connors. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Ball spotted, 46-yard line.
So it'll be 3rd and 10 from the 46 for the Statesmen. Trying to convert on a 10-yard play, hopefully. Got to hand it to the Webster crowd. We were a little skeptical to begin, but they have really shown out for this game.
The student section's really filling up over there behind the barriers.
Full bleachers and down the barriers all the way to the end of the end zone. Of course, if you look at this Kirkwood crowd, there's not a seat to be seen. And the student section by Woodpep Nation being loud as always. So there's a pass up the middle. It's going to find yardage for the 1st down. Be brought down at about the 41-yard line.
Take it down for 1st down inside the
Student section standing as always, blocking the walkway. No one's going to try to walk through that anyway.
Yeah, you'll notice no one ever goes and sits on the other side of the student section.
I know they can't get back.
The land of no return. So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Statesmen from the Pioneer 41. There's a pass up the middle. just can't hold on to it for number 11,
Intended for number 11, Connors.
Jaquan Connors.
Second down and 10.
Jackson
Ball
Fortner,
spotted
you see him go for the
39
hit there, which is something that every defensive back is taught to do if a wide receiver is going up for the ball. But if he just didn't, the ball tipped through, he might have had a pick there. But he did stick to his fundamentals and went for the hit first.
Here's a snap, trying to convert on second down. Motioning number 11, they'll hand it off instead. He's going to find it up the middle. Yancey finds 10 yards and a first down.
Cameron Yancey with the cut up the
Offensive line really doing their job there, creating a big hole for Yancey. All he had to do was go straight into the secondary there.
Actually, gain of 9. It'll be
An
third down
impressive
and
draw
1.
up by Webster.
Ball spotted 30-yard line.
Make sure to tag us in a tweet at Pioneer Sports NW to be featured in our Twitter moment.
Timeout.
Exciting times run by myself and Aaron DeMarco. Usually end up being pretty cool. If you haven't followed our live tweets all season, I'd highly suggest you do that because we're going to start doing it for every other sport too, along with Friday night broadcasts of basketball home games for guys and girls.
The basketball team's supposed to be pretty good this year. They lost Damian Lloyd and Jonah McDowell, but they're filling them in. Jackson Fortner is going to be up there.
Those seniors just keep growing too.
That is true.
So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Statesmen once again. Asher Weinberg going to play some center D, but then you've got some offensive lineman Alex DeYoung. Going to look like he's playing some defensive end for the Pioneers. Very unusual occurrence for Goo, his nickname.
I don't even want to know how he got that one.
So here's the snap. Now it's number 7 playing QB. Going to throw deep, it is. Oh, just bobbled. Looks like it was potentially broken up.
Intended for number 42.
That was number 7, Jacoby Banks. Normally plays wide receiver, defensive back, trying to go with a little bit of trickery there. Throws up a 50-50 ball. And even though that is against the Oklahoma commit, Noah Arinze, Kirkwood is able to break it up.
Great play by Will Lee right there. Of course, when you're playing in the Turkey Day game, you got to bring out all the shots. Expect to see a lot more trick plays, potential fake punts, all these kind of things.
Once again, that's Cameron Yancey looking to take the snap.
Run it straight up the middle. There he goes for a short gain. Looks like it's going to be a first down.
Cameron Yancey with the
And
carry.
they convert on
Looks
4th and 1.
he got the first down.
Webster perfect on 4th down conversion so far. How about that?
It'll be 1st and 10, 28-yard line for the Statesmen.
So 1st and 10 from the 28 for the Statesmen. Yancey taking the snap once again. Flags on the play.
Flag on the field.
Looks like it's going to be on Webster on that one.
Normally when it's thrown at the start of the play, it is.
Illegal motion. Going to be against Webster. We got 2 minutes left in this quarter. Webster's going to have to back it up. But so far, penalties have not deterred them.
Illegal motion against the Statesmen would be a 5-yard penalty. 1st and 15 on the 33.
Another illegal motion today. That's 2 on the Statesmen.
Is that 1 on the Pioneers? So Kiane's back to take the snaps again. Run up, just can't connect.
That's happened a couple times today.
For number 12, Kevin Jones.
Webster Groves wide receivers getting their hands on the ball and tipping it.
It'll be 2nd down.
Just slightly thrown behind or thrown under by Keonis there.
Good looks by the Webster offense all around, though. Kirkwood Pioneer defense keeping up very well, though. There's the expected Butterfingers chance by Woodpeck Nation. Dropping back, he looks like he's in trouble, slings it forward, and it's picked. Jay Macklin with the pick. He's going to the 50, 40. He's going to go to the house. Touchdown, Pioneers. Macklin with the second of the game with a turkey day to remember. However, there are flags on the field.
We have a flag right near the end zone, so this looks like it'll be after the pick. Pick will stand.
Back around the 2-yard line.
Might get Kirkwood for a holding. The interception would stand because it would be after the interception. Referees are conferring right now. Looks like we've got a decision.
Touchdown, Pioneers.
Score with the
flag was on Webster.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Penalty on Kirkwood.
Oh, on Kirkwood, my bad.
Looks like we got a touchdown, so that would have been after the play. Touchdown stands.
So here comes Gibson with the hold and Burgandy to kick once again. Ref will go give the coach an explanation. Getting them all set up.
Penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
So the 15-yarder will be assessed on the kickoff, but the touchdown will stand. Burgandy's kick is good. The Pioneers lead 14-7.
14, Webster Groves Statesmen.
Pioneers really needed to respond there with their defense.
A great play by Macklin. Once again, taking it all the way back to football IQ and playing on both sides of the ball. It's paying off for Kirkwood right now.
Got a little shaky there, though. That unsportsmanlike conduct penalty was on Macklin. Not sure for what yet.
Possible celebration.
That would be my guess. But the defense really needed to respond there, and they did so.
There you see Shelton sorting it out with the referee at the 50.
It was either take a sack for Webster Groves or throw up a prayer. He threw up a prayer, and it got picked off. Overthrew him.
The football gods were not answering that one. So the assessment of the penalty will be 15 yards. The Pioneers will kick off from the 25.
Very deep kick. Webster Groves looking to get some good field position out of this.
So far this year for the Pioneers, extremely inconsistent kickoffs. So we'll see what pushing them back does to Mr. David Burgandy. Kick is up. It'll go about as deep as normal out to the 30-yard line. The return, he's got space. Pioneers can't make a tackle. There he goes down the sideline. There's Kane Edelman taking him down at the 43.
Nice return into Kirkwood territory.
A great return. Went right through the hole and then busted it to the outside. That's classic football right there.
That's what you get when you put Kane Edelman on special teams. A hard-hitting senior. Came to Kirkwood from Summit, actually, last year. This is his second year as a Pioneer, playing varsity both years. Plays a little bit of tight end, a lot of defense, though. Three-sport
athlete in wrestling and lacrosse as well.
You got to think Nestledge is happy with him.
What a play.
Asher Weinberg going to do what he does best and bring people to the ground. What a play by the Kirkwood defensive line.
Yeah, he's only 5'11", doesn't hit the 6-foot mark, but man, that kid is fast off the ball.
About 100% muscle. One of the most dedicated players on the Kirkwood team, probably, too.
Yeah, 5'11", 210. On that short of a frame, 210's got to be all muscle.
There's a snap. They're going to take it up to the side. The old QB sneak. Being run down, he'll be taken out of bounds.
Jonas with the carry.
Webster kind of burned a cornerback blitz there. Cornerback came from the outside. No one there to stop the run once he got by him. Running back picked up the blitz. Easy hole right to the outside.
So we'll see what they do now. A very, very colorful playbook for the Statesmen.
34-yard line.
So there's a run up the middle. Forward progress is stopped, so it's not going to be enough for a first down.
Brought down by number 4, Aaron Macon. Assisted by number 22.
So that'll be the end of the first quarter. Pioneers now lead 14-7. We'll take you to the other side of the turf.
Kirkwood Pioneers 14, Webster Groves Statesmen 7.
So an exciting first quarter for the Pioneers so far. Defense and offense chipping in to make offense. Webster's playbook extremely wide, doing a great job so far. Just the one pick on the prayer.
That is true. They've gone a lot of wildcat. Running backs taking the snaps, and the offensive line has been doing a great job in opening holes for those running backs. So far, Noah Arinze, the Oklahoma commit, has only had one catch so far. He did have a 50-50 ball thrown up to him near the corner of the end zone and got broken up. But he has been held silent thus far. It's a big success for the Kirkwood defense. That's something that they were definitely highlighting in their playbooks this week.
So this is the first Turkey Day that's ever been played on our new turf. Gotta say, I think Webster might be convinced pretty soon to get some turf for themselves. This is just too nice to not want to have.
4th down and 3.
That is true.
So you return to action.
Don't need to worry about field conditions.
Well,
There have been some Turkey Days in the past with sloppy games and
Mud
snow.
Bowl. We have had some field condition issues with soccer. I actually had to delay a district game for 2 days because there's snow on the field. Ice. But other than that, there's a throw to the outside.
That ball hit the ground.
Did the ball hit the ground?
That ball hit the ground. That's what they're saying.
So it'll be a turnover on downs for Webster.
At their own 32-yard line.
No longer perfect on 4th down conversions.
Coverage on that play was provided for the Pioneers by Mice and Pace.
So the offense will get a chance to shine once more as the second quarter starts on up. You got to believe Coach Shelton and Jeremy Macklin have something special drawn up for this game. They ran the Philly special versus Ladue to take the lead. Something tells me we'll see some special plays coming up soon.
Especially if the game stays close.
Really bring out the big guns.
In the waning moments of the half, they'll definitely bring out something.
So he's going to roll out now. Will Lee is going to take it up to the 40, 45, and brought down by a trio of Statesmen up to the 50-yard line for 1st and 10 for the Pioneers.
Number 10, Enrique Quiones with the tackle.
Here's the snap. Going to send a screen pass backwards to Macon. There's that special play we were looking for. Pass straight to Macklin. Is he going to go for 3? Dancing. He's going to find his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Pioneers! His 3rd of the day. Unbelievable.
You had it called up, partner. Wow. You called something special early, and there it was right there. A little flea flicker action without the flick.
Cameron Macon, a quarterback when he played freshman, tosses one up to Macklin. Macklin was wide open. Just sat there and waited for it to fall into his arms and does what he does best. Dances around the defense like they're not even moving.
That's 3 touchdowns today for the commit.
Unbelievable. A pick 6 and 2 touchdowns. This is going to be a game he'll never forget.
Looking to outdo his future Mizzou teammate and former Kirkwood teammate Maurice Massey and his Turkey Day performance from last year.
The kick by Burgandy is good. It's 21-7 Pioneers.
Score, Kirkwood Pioneers 21, Webster Groves Statesmen 7.
I am in awe of what I just saw.
In other Turkey Day news,
You called it.
Dixon Middle School
You had something in your head.
Knifer Middle School to a canned food collection drive. After a week and a half of collection, Knifer collected 2,549 cans. Hickson collected 2,000.
So far it'll be I almost said Jeremy. Jay Macklin. That's the difference maker for this game.
So far, indeed. And the talent doesn't stem too far from his cousin Jeremy.
The Kirkwood great now coaching on the sidelines for the Pioneers. Always great to have him. So Grandy with his 4th kickoff of the game. He's 3 for 3 on field goals.
He'll be getting a lot of work today.
Done a pretty good job from the mark so far. There we go, a low and deep one to the 15 now. It'll be Yancey to receive. Taking it all the way across the field. Not much forward progress to be had. He'll find 5 yards up to the 20.
That's got to be his shortest return of the day so far. Usually getting to about the 25 or 30-yard line. Pioneers pin him behind the 20.
25, Tyson Boyd, assisted by number 26, Darius Jackson.
Lots of emphasis on the Kirkwood sideline of this play. I think we'll see quite the rush here.
Statesmen from the 20.
They got 5 in the box.
Here's a snap. Working their way in. Find some space though.
Number 22 is tackled by number 22.
Going to be brought down after just a couple yards.
By number 22, Jason Petty. Assisted by number 4.
So Yancey taking a very much brunt of the load so far. Having to make a lot of offense here. He's taking some direct snaps, but overall doing a good job. So 11 to go here in the first half. We'll see what they can come up with next. Here's the snap. Taking it out to the side. Make sure you touch him.
Pass is complete to number 7, Jacoby Banks.
So a shout out to Alex Connors viewing at home. Thanks for viewing, Alex.
Gain of about 5 on the play. 3rd down and 2.
Well, if we're doing shout outs, I got a text from my aunt and uncle who are in town. Shout out to Uncle Indy and Aunt Sharon.
How about it? Something I love about this game, see all the alumni walking down the concourse and in the stands. Some of them on their first semester of college right now, coming back for the first time, and a false start.
Playing on the field.
Either a false start or a offsides.
I'd say false start.
Whole Kirkwood line jumped. Yep, we got an offsides on Kirkwood there.
Offsides Kirkwood. That'll be a first down for the Statesmen.
A good thought, just a little too eager.
And it wasn't just one, it was all of them. They all had the count in their head and they fell for it.
So we'll try it again now. Webster 5 yards richer. Gonna take the snap. Looking deep, there's a little right there, just a little high.
Enrique hasn't been hitting his throws. He's been over and under and everywhere except the Goldilocks zone, right? Just right.
Jerquan Connors was looking there, running, but he's got to keep pumping those arms. You hold your arms out too soon, you lose all your momentum. So here we'll see 2nd down for the Statesmen. Going to be a direct snap to Yancey once again, getting just about nowhere.
Number 22, Yancey with the carry. He's tripped up by number 52, Asher Weinberg. Loss of 1 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 11. Ball spotted 32-yard line.
3rd and 11 for the Statesmen now. Going to have to come up with something big here. And a flag on the play.
Flag on the field.
Another illegal motion on Webster Groves. That's 3 on the day.
Webster.
So there go 5 yards for the Statesmen. It's back to where they were. Still be third down. Quick substitution, Asher Weinberg coming back on the field for the Pioneers. Quinones takes the snap. Gonna have to look deep. There he goes. There's a pass. Caught easily by Jacoby Banks.
That'll be a first down.
Number 7, Jacoby Banks.
Kirkwood played prevent defense there, and prevent defense prevents you from winning games.
Ball spotted at the Statesman 45-yard line.
You know, if someone could have told Jeff Fisher that a few years ago.
I'm afraid that was from up top.
Out of bounds.
Stan Kroenke had him do that on purpose. Changed my mind.
Gotta say, it was a great Monday Night Football game.
All I'm saying, we went Blues, though.
Yeah, we did go Blues. So there's a handoff to Yancey. Once again for no yards. You gotta say, people in St. Louis seeing Jeremy Macklin's former team just trounce the Rams.
Slight loss of play.
Had to have been satisfying. I know it was for me.
Asher Weinberg with the tackle.
So it'll be second down for the Statesman now. Quinones takes a snap. Dropping back, looking deep. He's got Pioneers coming his way. There's another, and he's swallowed up by a trio of Pioneers.
Back in the backfield, number 8, Will Lee.
So 8 minutes to go here in the half. It'll be third down for the Statesman. Quinones slow to get up after that hit. First sack he's taken all day.
Interesting storyline we've got here is Ryland Irvin is a player for Kirkwood, and his dad is in his second year being a principal at Webster Groves High School and is former coach of the Kirkwood Pioneers.
State champion.
State champion in, what was it, 2012?
Yep. Yeah.
Pretty bittersweet for him, I'd have to assume.
Timeout indicated. Webster Groves Statesmen.
There's no one better to be replaced by, though. Of course, it was Irvin's choice to leave, but there's no better heir to the throne than Pharrell Shelton, in my mind. Done such a great job for these Kirkwood Pioneers over the past several years.
Came from Eureka High School.
Making them a contender every single year. Gotta say, hands down, one of the best coaches we've seen at Kirkwood High School.
Brought Eureka High School's football program
To
out
life.
from some depths.
Yeah.
Brought them to life. Made them contenders.
For over 20 years, too.
Came to Kirkwood seeking for a state championship. Won it in 2016.
And such an important role in the community, too. Not only in Eureka, but here. He's the one that made Unified Night Lights a thing.
That is true. Him and the outstanding work of Brandy Martine and many, many others.
It's not just about football for him, and that's what makes him so special to the community of Kirkwood and Eureka.
Unified Night Lights this year was a huge success.
Absolutely. There's a Rams hat right there.
Highest scoring games in Kirkwood High School football history, Unified Night Lights.
There we go.
Every score is for Kirkwood, of course.
Year after year. Always something to cheer about. We'll see it next year again. Hopefully get quite a big turnout. Such a great cause. So here we go. Quinones seems to be okay. He'll take the snap. Going to drop back, looking deep again. A little bit of a Dak Prescott shuffle, and he's brought down again in his own tracks.
That's Tucker Bass, the 6'2", 195-pound junior.
Tucker Bass kind of emerged out of nowhere this year. I mean, you didn't hear his name very often at the beginning of the season. You get to that Northwest Districts game, and oh my goodness, I heard his name on every defensive play.
For the Statesman.
Doing some pretty insane things this year. Came off that edge, slid by the tackle out there, and
something huge to look forward to for next year.
Indeed.
So here will be the first punt of the game, and it's going to be a high, short punt.
I'll be out of bounds
at the 45.
Didn't even clear the marker.
Statesman punt goes out of bounds at the Kirkwood 45-yard line.
Makes you fortunate to have someone like Will Lee, who's literally playing offense, defense, and special teams with the boot that he has.
So Willie originally wasn't even going to play any special teams. He wasn't going to be a punter. Then in practice one day starts punting a ball. All of a sudden Connor Gibson's out of a job. But he has done such a great job throughout, and he can run a fake too.
Get some hot chocolate, warm hot dogs, warm pretzels, nachos and cheese.
That's what happens when you have that kind of speed as he does.
Absolutely.
Another dual sport athlete. I think he's a triple sport athlete. I think he runs track in the spring.
Yes.
Does basketball in the winter.
So here's the snap from Nesledge after the motion. Will Lee going to be brought down at around the 46-yard line.
I don't expect him to be doing much punting today.
Lee with the carry.
I'd hope not.
Gained about 8 on the play.
Jarius Macklin will check back in. Will Lee will come out.
The number 28, Trey Logan with the tackle, assisted by Clemens, Maureen Clemens.
Watch out, we got one-on-one up top with Jarius Macklin.
You got Fortner on the left side, Macklin on the right side. Two deep options for the Pioneers.
And they're double covering Fortner with safety help, and they run the ball.
I'm going to go ahead and give the ball to Gerald Jackson instead. And he'll actually find the first down.
Jackson with the carry.
You got in, you saw him get into the traffic, and guys found his way to drag the pile down.
Excellent play call there.
Great work by the junior.
Making it look like they were going to go with the long ball to Jarius Macklin up top with the one-on-one. Got the defense thinking.
That's what's so good about this Kirkwood offense. So dynamic, we can hit you at any point. So there's the snap. Another handoff. He's going to ride the back of the pile and find himself a good 6 yards.
Shows some discipline, follows his blocker straight up the middle.
That's Cole Johnson. 175-pound, 5'9" junior. Not very tall, but he is quick, can find the holes.
42,
So Gerald Jackson back in the backfield again. He's going to, oh, cannon rolls out. This time finding Cameron Macon. He's going to go. There he goes, and he will be pushed out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. However, there is a flag on the play around the 30-yard line.
Cameron Macon. James Jones with the tackle. We'll have to see what the laundry is all about.
I'm sorry, I said Cole Johnson earlier. That is Gerald Jackson, number 3. That was running.
Against the Pioneers.
So an illegal block for the Pioneers is going to push him back. Sadly, the play won't count. Nesledge with the snap, dropping back, looking outside. Gonna find his way for another few yards.
We got a flag on the play there. Possible flag for a hit, illegal hit.
Jalen Phipps with the catch.
That was a good throw for Cannon Nesledge, number 73. Gregory Burkhead coming off the side right there, untouched. Threw it right in between his arms.
So it looks like it's going to be on Kirkwood, judging by the reaction of the offensive lineman. But the refs sort it out here. Yeah, holding on the Pioneers.
That's a block in the back.
Oh, block in the back.
Block in the back.
Holding against Kirkwood.
Oh, holding.
Oh, holding.
Oh. That's all. So push the Pioneers back another 5 yards, and they'll try and do it again.
Check that illegal block.
Oh,
Illegal block. We were both wrong. Got to get those hand signals down.
you know what? They've got a book next door.
Maybe we should get it. Steal it from them.
Aaron DeMarco, if you're listening, go ahead and think about that.
Oh, what an
So a
adjustment.
bobbled catch ends up making it, though. They'll find their way back up to a 10-yard gain, or for a 10-yard gain.
And it's little differences like that Kirkwood's able to bobble the ball and still make the catch on there, and Webster Groves has been bobbling it and just the game of inches haven't been able to get that catch.
Recovering on a mistake like that is a key element to the Kirkwood offense. Neslich takes the snap, going to drop back, looking deep, finds his man. Not going to be quite good enough for the first down, though, as he's brought down at the 35.
Number 12, Kevin Jones, coming off the edge there. Clean. No one got him. Cameron Macon missed his assignment there, and if Cannon Neslich held on the ball for a little bit longer, he would have been taken down from behind.
4th and 2 for the Pioneers. Neslich can't find anyone with the throw, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Pass falls incomplete.
Little miscommunication there. Wrong route run, maybe.
Yep.
That will be a turnover.
Just wasn't
on
able to
downs.
cut back into the inside. Maybe a
Possession
tick
at
too
their
early for Cannon
35-yard
Neslich.
line.
So the Statesmen will take over from their own 35-yard line now with a 1st and 10. Got to believe Neslich isn't happy about that one. There's a quick sub for the Pioneers, bringing on Dejan Ewing and Devin Williams
Official timeout.
onto the field. 4:41 left in the half. See what the Statesmen can draw up for this drive. Quiones hands it off. Could be met by just one Kirkwood blocker.
Number 3, Marion Clemens with the carry.
Marion Clemens taking the carry for that one.
For Cameron Macon with the tackle, but not before first down. Has been earned.
It'll be just enough for a first down for the Statesmen.
1st and 10.
Going to continue to look to move the chains. Quiones going to do a sly little handoff. Be good. He'll push the whole pile forward.
Clemens
A little
with
bit
the
of beast mode action there.
Carry several.
I remember watching that initial run by Marshawn Lynch against the Saints.
Yeah,
He broke something like 9 tackles. There's only 11 guys on the field.
that's impressive. It's got to be one very upset Sean Payton.
Indeed.
So there's a snap, quick handoff, but a flag on the play.
Flag on the field.
That one's going to be on Webster.
Looks like it's going to be another illegal motion or false start penalty, and it is. That's number 4 on the day.
Ball start indicated against the Statesman.
So a false start for Webster. He's going to send him back another 5 yards. They'll still keep a 1st and 15 now. Oh, 2nd. There he finds a hole on the outside, met by Melvin Simmons, going to be pushed out of bounds after the first down.
Clemens with the carry once again.
And you think because of a run like that the false start doesn't matter, but
Simmons.
say Webster gets stopped here, they're out of field goal range. That 5 yards is field goal range right there.
It's 1st and 10, 38-yard line.
Game
So
of inches.
1st and 10 from the 38 for the Statesmen now. I expect something big to be coming up if they want to get back in this game. You never want to go into halftime losing. And there's a timeout called.
Timeout on Kirkwood.
I'd expect a big shot here from Webster Groves and get as much time on the clock left. Kick it off to Kirkwood, quick stop, and then they'll have the ball with about 2 minutes left. That's what they're thinking right now.
So Shelton's going to go ahead and rally the troops for Kirkwood. Meanwhile, Ice of Webster Groves is going to go ahead and try and figure out what they're going to do for this play. Expect something big, expect something long, in my opinion.
We've seen some tricky plays already. Maybe a wildcat formation, throw it.
Wouldn't that be fun to see?
We've already seen something like it. Wildcat has been working for them, directly snapping it to the running back, running it straight up the gut. Possibly change that up a little bit, get Kirkwood guessing.
So here we go, 1st and 10 from the Statesmen. with just about 3:52 left in the half. There's a snap. It's going to be a handoff now, brought down in his tracks. He's still going, actually. A great play by number 11 to actually go ahead and keep running forward with that ball, not going down, carrying the whole line with him.
Great second effort. May only be a gain of 2 yards or 3 yards, but it's better than a loss of 1.
Quiones with the back on each side. Going to run the same play, except he'll take it himself. Brought down at about the 34-yard line. So third down now for the Statesmen.
Number 10, Quiones with the carry. Gain a couple. It'll be third down and 5. Ball spotted, 33-yard line.
So 3rd and 5 from the 33 for the Statesmen here. Kirkwood defense going to look to get this stop here. Maybe catch one more score before the half ends.
The clock is running.
There's a snap. Whole jumble of people would be actually number 3 that takes it, gets the first down before being pushed out of bounds.
And another first down for the Statesmen.
Webster Groves is looking to get 2 scores here. They might have to go with an onside kick, which I doubt they'll do with so much time left in the game.
Likely not, especially knowing what this Kirkwood offense can do in just a couple plays. Well, I'll tell you what, Marion Clemens has emerged in this game, kind of playing a little more ever since Cameron Yancey seemed to be a little shaken up after a play. Both on the field now, though. And there's an official timeout. Kirkwood players staying on the field. Webster going straight to their coach. Quiones is going to hand it off again, this time out to the right side, being thrown
11,
forward by a series of Pioneers.
What a play by Devin Williams Jr., number 56. That looked like they just had a straight shot towards the end zone, and he got a hand on his shoulder right there and dragged him down.
A big boy Devin Williams is, always making those key tackles. A direct snap here to Clemens.
Clemens with the keeper.
Looks like they're going to get enough for the first down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
So the running game emerges as the likely game changer for Webster Groves here.
Yeah, we got a timeout by Webster.
Groves Statesmen. That last play was good for a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Statesmen when we return from the 15-yard line.
So Webster takes a timeout with just 2:02 left in the half. Going to look to likely find the end zone on this play.
And Kirkwood defense looking for a big stop here, possibly a turnover. I highly doubt Webster Groves, with going for it on 4th down 3 or 4 times already, to settle for a field goal. I don't see that happening.
Likely not.
Last game for a ton of seniors. I'd say don't hold anything back. Why settle for a field goal? Go for the touchdown.
Bring out the big guns. Of course, this is also the most high-stakes, important game of the year for both teams. So we'll see. We'll see. Here we go. Quiones taking the snap, handing it off once again, heading straight to the outside, and he stays up, but still can't find a gain.
That's once again Will Lee showing how he is so dynamic on both sides of the ball, and looks like we've got a player down.
Official timeout, injury timeout.
Are you able to tell who it is?
I'm not able to yet. My guess would be Will Lee. He did go down on the play during the tackle, and I'm not seeing his number show up with the other players.
Looks like a cramp. That has been a problem for him, especially in the Joplin game. The cold weather, especially for him, likely just that hamstring acting up. Shelton out there just to make sure his star player's all right, though.
Nothing some good old potato chips and bananas can't fix with loads of potassium.
Is that a Hard Knocks reference?
Hey, you never know. Facts don't lie.
So Lee's going to get off the field under his own power.
That's always a good sight to see.
Great to see.
Little hobble. Possibly a knee issue. Oh, from the way he was twisting around at the end of the tackle.
I'd say, judging by the way the trainer was stretching out his hamstring, I'd say it's just a cramp.
That'd be the most well-educated guess.
Nothing to worry about
We
yet.
return to action at 2nd down and 11. Ball spotted, 16-yard line.
So it'll bring up 2nd down and 11 for the Statesmen. There's the snap. Another handoff. Brought down hard this time in his tracks by Melvin Simmons.
Number 23, Melvin Simmons with the tackle.
So 3rd and 11 now for the Statesmen.
Loss of 1 on the play. 3rd down and 12. Ball spotted, 17-yard line.
Minute 5 to go. You know that the 3rd down doesn't mean as much as you'd think because they go for it on 4th down every time. But here's a passing play. Tipped and still caught. Bringing it up just out of bounds before the 1st down.
That's number 88, Cole. Oh, man, I'm sorry if I mispronounced this. And you're his family.
Schnetgoki.
Schnetgoki.
Schnekeke?
I think so.
Schnekeke is what we're going to go with.
I apologize if you're a part of his family and I mispronounced that name. The senior.
If you are watching this, go ahead and add us on Twitter and give us the pronunciation so we can get this right.
Share the link as well while you're at it.
Be sure to give Pioneer Sports Network the follow as well.
Kirkwood. Timeout, Kirkwood.
So Kirkwood's going to take a timeout here with just under a minute to go. Knowing that it's 4th down.
Webster has been going for it on 4th downs, and it doesn't look like they'll be bringing their special teams out. Special teams is still, or the offense is still in the huddle. It's 4th down and 3 yards to go. Ball on the Pioneer 8-yard line. Need a big stop here. I wouldn't be surprised if they do a check down here.
Let's see what they can do. They got most of the offensive line playing some D-line here.
As we return to action,
Alex DeYoung going to be out on the right side.
They're stacking the box. They're going to bring the house.
Expect him to make this an absolute struggle for the quarterback. Looking like a direct snap to Yancey, though.
Webster doesn't know what to do.
So there's the snap. Going to go to the outside. Great blocking by Webster. He's going to find the end zone
Yancey
to make it 21 to 13. Absolutely great blocking. Had Alex DeYoung locked up, nothing he could do about it. And he's going to find the end zone to put his team within, in reality, within 7.
And Devin Williams came around on the outside, but the faster Cameron Yancey just outran him. Found the hole around the outside and just snuck right in for the touchdown.
So Samuel Travers will be kicking for the Statesmen now. Meanwhile, Yancey with the hold. Clean snap, bobbled a little bit. It'll make it through.
Point is good.
And it is 21-14 Pioneers.
Score, Kirkwood Pioneers,
Just under a minute
21.
left to go in the half.
Statesmen, 14.
Webster Groves offense was on the field for quite a long time there.
A great drive to end the half for them. So now we'll see what Cannon Netzledge and his offense can do in this short amount of time. Here's where it gets entertaining.
I believe Kirkwood has at least one more timeout. So that can split up the last minute of this half pretty well, especially with a couple of incomplete passes running out of bounds and of that sort.
So here we go. Likely final drive of the half is underway. That might have been touched by number 11. It's picking up now. Not a great special teams play for Kirkwood there. A very odd kick to start it, though.
Perfectly executed by Webster Groves. They wanted to go with the squib kick, get the clock running, and that's exactly what they did.
Definitely did not see that one coming. So 1st and 10 from the 12 for the Pioneers. Bringing out all the big guns as far as receivers go. Willie back on the field. So it'll be Jay Macklin, Will Lee, Cole Johnson. And it is picked off by Jaquan Connors.
That's exactly what this Webster Groves defense needed. Now they have it in Kirkwood territory with an excellent chance to tie the game up right before half.
Unbelievable what we just saw. Cannon Neslage looking for Jay Macklin there. Possibly throws it a little early, sends it to the fore shoulder when there's inside coverage.
Even then, if he threw it to the outside, there was safety help coming across. They had 3 guys back to all to help out with each wide receiver for Kirkwood Pioneers.
Of course, trying to get out of bounds, stop the clock. Just a little too inside, though. And here we'll see Quiones take another snap. Something the Pioneers did not want to see this half. Looking back, going to try and throw.
There's going to be a holding on Webster Groves right there.
Quiones went down a little awkwardly after the play. Brought up by his teammates, seems to be all right.
Holding indicated against the Statesmen.
So the Statesmen get caught holding the Pioneers. We'll have to push it back 5 yards.
That will stop the clock, but it will push the Statesmen out of Pioneer territory. So in my opinion, not a good penalty to take there. I would have rather just gone with the sack, spike the ball, and still be within Pioneer territory.
No such thing as a good penalty. Well, we thought that until Bill Belichick decided there was such thing. Only on a punt.
Holding indicated against the Statesmen.
That holding penalty will help out the Pioneers quite a bit.
Going to look for an explosive play here from the Webster offense. Here's Yancey dancing his way through some defenders. Not going to be able to find the off.
And we got another penalty
flag on the field. From the ref's perspective, that almost has to be on Kirkwood. Face mask.
You're going to call a face mask on that one.
Once again, not a good penalty to take. This is going to help out the Statesmen a lot.
It's going to erase the holding penalty.
Face mask indicated against the Pioneers.
Not surprised that Webster went with the slant route there, considering they are a run-heavy offense.
Stepping into it, throwing deep.
Pass is a bit too long.
Jackson Fortner just couldn't get there.
Incomplete. The 2nd down and 9.
Enrique Quinones has proven that he is not trusted with the long ball. He has been overthrowing and underthrowing receivers, doing just about everything except hitting them right in the hands when it comes to the long ball.
Lucky for Webster, they've got a couple great backs. Willing to take direct snaps and take the hits they need to take. There's the pass outside, just bobbled. by Kevin Jones.
Another bobble by the Webster Groves wide receivers.
Coverage there, number 15, Rylan Irvin.
It doesn't help that their quarterback is overthrowing and underthrowing them. Impressed they can get their hands on the ball.
I'd agree with you here. They're almost going to have to look deep for this play.
With just over 30 seconds left. That's going to be a prayer.
We all know how those work out. Judging by Jay Macklin's interception early. There's a good throw, but Macklin right there ready to make a tackle. Timeout called.
Might be just short of a first down.
He will be short of the first.
Timeout, Webster Groves. Indication is first down, Statesmen.
Ooh. Not what I saw.
A little bit of a generous spot there.
We'll see what the Statesmen do with it now.
We'll have the referees come up and look at our cameras, get a review booth going. First review in Missouri high school sports history.
That's scary to think about.
I'm sure they have it somewhere down in Texas. That'd be my guess.
Yeah, those Texas stadiums are built for college
Massive.
football in reality.
They're massive.
Talk about throwing $70 million into high school football.
It's crazy.
I'm fine with my living conditions.
I'm cool with that too.
So here's the snap to Quiones. Gonna drop back. Gonna try and make the throw. Putting his whole body behind it. It is caught. There he goes. But he stepped out of bounds.
Nice eye by the referee there. Barely got the heel on the white line.
At the 11-yard line.
So here we go, 11 yards to home.
Just about 19 seconds left to go.
Here's the snap. Gonna have to throw again. It is, oh! Did he catch that? Yes, he did. Intercepted for the Pioneers.
He's got a flag after the play.
35.
I don't think it's going to matter, though. Kirkwood will still have the ball.
Those bright red end zones makes it hard to differ between the uniform and the end zone. I couldn't tell if that hit the ground or not.
I think it went off his knee. That'd be my guess. But yeah, I had to look at it too.
So there you go. Pioneer defense comes up big. A huge play.
I think that was number 35,
Jock Neal.
Jack Neal.
Jock Neal, another four-year player.
Foul against the Statesman.
5'11", 170-pound senior. Coming up big in his last game. It's going to keep it a one-score game. And with the penalty being on Webster Groves High School, that's just about it for the half.
So Nesledge likely takes a knee here to end the half. However, never rule out the thought of a deep pass. But judging by the formation, it'll be a knee.
And with number 21, Nate Jones in the backfield, I wouldn't expect to run either.
So that'll do it for the first half. Pioneers lead 21 to 14.
Play the first half. Kirkwood Pioneers 21, Webster Groves Statesmen 14.
We'll see you when we come back after the first half.
Albers, Jeff Pantos, Caleb Barnett, and Chris Barnes. Drumline instructors are Louise Atkins and Trish Dannenfeld. The Ponds are coached by Katie Beckman, Lindsay Edwards, and Katie Drexel. The Pioneer Pride Band is under the field command of drum majors Will Blackmore, Ryan Bowermaster, Phoebe Hammond, and Nathan Hopkins. We begin our performance featuring the Pom Squad with Captain Sarah Mattingly, Kaylee McCracken, Olivia Wilton, and Charlotte Whitney. Today's Pom sponsor is CPC Logistics and St. Louis UPT Behavioral Therapy for Adults and Adolescents. Here is the 1981 Journey Classic, Don't Stop Believing.
All right, folks, after the ending of the halftime performance, there's going to be a little bit of a technical difficulty while we move our camera 5 inches to the left. So if you lose connection, don't be alarmed. It's going to come right back. For now, please listen in to the Pioneer Pride Marching Band. Happy Thanksgiving.
just spend enough time down on the sidelines, like you're starting to figure out what they're going to do. Like half these play signals, like I know, I'm just not going to say them on the screen. You know, just because you pay attention. And like half these play signals, like I know, like you know,
Tony Romo does it purely from looking at formation.
Tony Romo was probably everyone says Tom Brady was the smartest quarterback ever. Tony Romo was the smartest quarterback. We welcome you back to Lions Memorial Stadium. Max Potler alongside Alex Bainham. And man, what a half the Pioneers had so far. 3 touchdowns by Jay Macklin, 1 on a pick 6. Webster offense coming up pretty big too. They're going to have to run the ball though.
That is true. The long ball has not helped out Webster Groves whatsoever. Overthrowing, underthrowing, just not hitting the Goldilocks zone, hitting him in the hands. And also when they do hit him in the hands, they've been bobbling a lot of passes and not catching them cleanly. So run game is going to have to be huge for Webster Groves.
I'd say other than that, what do you think their biggest thing that Kirkwood can build off of from the first half so far?
The defensive stand right at the end. The pick in the end zone, bobbling it a little bit, going off the knee, making it look like it went off the turf, but catching it and just building off of that turnover right there, because Webster Groves was knocking on the doorstep to make this a tie game, but Kirkwood kept it at a 1-score game.
I definitely think that's going to be the difference-making point for the Pioneers, because they're going to start with the ball this half too.
Yes, yeah, they received this. They received the kickoff, and they picked the direction I believe they wanted to go. So this is going to be, everything's in Kirkwood's favor right now. In my opinion, Kirkwood has to lose this game. Webster Groves can't win it.
I agree with you there. It's going to be a tough fight for Webster, though. I think they've got it in them. I think this is going to be probably one of the most redeeming Turkey Day games. Most redeeming victories for both sides, honestly.
I believe so, and especially after the performance that happened last year in the second half with Kirkwood absolutely slaughtering Webster Groves. Webster Groves is definitely going to be looking at this as a win for their football program by putting up a close game so far.
All right. This is definitely not a shoe-in for either side, and I think that just helps juice the rivalry a little bit.
That is also
Kirkwood's
true.
on the 6-game winning streak right now, but if Webster can make it close this time, believe me, this is going to be something that people remember for years.
This isn't like Webster Groves in the past where you can make a little bit of mistake and they wouldn't gain anything from that. This team won 4 games this year and is looking for any sort of inches that Kirkwood can give them. As we saw, they can put together a nice long drive. It ended up in a run, a scoring touchdown run.
When they won their first game this year, they were actually on an over 700-day losing streak.
Wow.
They had not won a game in more than 3 seasons.
It was the first it was the first time that they went 0 last season, I believe.
Yeah. And so, especially in their district game this year, it was 35-21, Chaminade won. They played ball with Chaminade. That is
true. I saw that score.
They didn't roll over and let Cook take over. They played with them. Their defense only held them to 35 points.
And Webster Groves, they put a smacking on Rittner not once but twice this year in the first round of the playoffs as well.
And again, so did we.
That is true.
That was quite the game.
It was almost unfair.
A little bit. And, that's what people were afraid of, basically, is like you see that Rittner game that we just played, and you see us destroying Webster every year. People were afraid it would be like us and Rittner, where it's not even fun to watch anymore. And I think Webster's doing their part to make sure this rivalry stays alive.
Indeed, and they got a strong senior class going right now that they are hungry, and nothing's worse than a hungry dog.
I agree. So the teams will clear the field now from the warm-ups. Kirkwood will receive this half. No notable injuries that I could see. Will Lee was back on the field.
Yeah, it just looked like he might have stretched that hamstring a little bit, maybe a little bit of a cramp, tiny strain, something of that sort, something that's not going to hold them back from the game.
Right. Yeah, so Kirkwood's going to go into this ready to go. Shelton always gives a great halftime speech. This is going to be an exciting one. Buckle up.
No doubt Shelton said something about the pick at the end there, but he's saying, defense, we've got to buckle down. The offense will do it, but the defense, you guys just got to put the pedal to the metal and just grind it all out.
Absolutely. Remember, guys, please share our link on your Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, group chats, anything. And share our @ at Pioneer Sports NW. That's at Pioneer Sports NW.
And while you're at it, take a picture of where you're watching the game from and share it on Twitter.
So there's another low kick out to the 10. Macklin's going to not be able to get his hands on this one. Looked like Pete Cosmo over there. But he'll take it up the sideline up to the 20 and redeem himself.
Macklin with return for the Pioneers.
Quite the patience Jarius Macklin had there with 3 Webster defenders staring him down. He was able to get an extra 5 or 6 yards out of that.
19-yard line.
Recovering on that play is going to be huge for them to start this half.
Big difference in starting on your 19 versus your own 10.
Absolutely. It actually made its way back to the 3. So it'll be the regular O-line out for Kirkwood again. Not playing any games here.
Safety help on both wideouts.
So there's the handoff now to Gerald Jackson. Had a great first half. There's a flag on the play from the Webster side referee.
Looks like we might get a holding. I saw Kirkwood O-line man on top of a Webster or defensive lineman. And it will be on Kirkwood.
So the official call is on Kirkwood. A chop block. These aren't the old days where that was legal.
Trying to make the game safer. We've seen it in the NFL with protecting the quarterback and my opinion, the most vulnerable player on the field.
Yeah. Of course, now you see guys like Lamar Jackson who play like a running back, and you have to ask who actually is he vulnerable anymore? If he's going to play like
on
that.
Steroids.
Honestly.
He is fun to watch, and with me being a Steelers fan, saying a Ravens quarterback is fun to watch is.
You know, my friend, that is one thing I didn't know about you, and I wish you would have kept to yourself. So here's the handoff to Jackson again. This time he finds space up the middle. He's going to be brought down at close to the 27-yard line. Just about 2 yards short of the first down. So looking for the sign again. Jackson staying on the field. He's earning his reps in this half. Neslage takes the snap, dropping back. Going to look to Macklin for the first down, and he'll dance out of bounds just before the 40.
Jarius had a great jump off the snap there. Got the defensive back running back a little further than he wanted. Stopped and was wide open in the middle of 3 defenders.
So that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Pioneers from the 40-yard line. Neslage's going to go ahead and take a quick snap, give it off to Jackson. Jackson's finding space. Good blocking there. There's a first down and maybe more. He somehow stays in bounds, so he brought out at around the 38-yard line. He's in Webster territory now.
Look for Kirkwood to be utilizing the no-huddle offense a little more.
Definitely caught Webster off guard there.
Yeah, with the long drive that Webster had in the first half, the defense had a little more rest, so going to be looking to keep them on their toes this half. Try to get them a little more tired.
So there's a snap for Neslage. Going to send one right out to Will Lee. Oh, just through the hands. He was about this far off.
Will Lee falls incomplete. Coverage provided by Jerquan Connors.
Imagine how explosive that could have been for the Pioneers if that play would have gone through.
And that's just a play where it's no one's fault. Cannon Neslage put up a great ball. Will Lee got the hands on it, but it was just a touch far. And I mean, I take that every time, though.
That is one of the biggest improvements he's made this year, is not overthrowing as many balls. So there's the handoff to Jackson. Just about no gain. Forward progress is stopped. This will be stopped at the 36. So 3rd and 8 to go for the Pioneers. They lead the Statesmen 21-14 with 10:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. Neslage takes the snap. A quick pass. Oh, almost picked off there. He got lucky.
Did not see the linebacker there, Marion Clemens, who's making his presence known on both sides of the ball, as most of these star high school players are.
Definitely some miscommunication by the offense there. Kirkwood's going to go ahead and punt.
This will be their first punt of the day. Willie will get to show his 3rd talent.
I talked about being tricky. They'll go ahead and punt it instead. It's a high one.
Might get a good bounce. No,
Oh, bounces
takes
in
a
the
Webster
wrong way.
bounce.
So it'll be stopped up at the 21-yard line of the Statesman territory.
Will Lee had a nice idea there. Put it up high, make sure the defense can get there, and then hopefully have the bounce go in your favor towards the 10-yard line and the goal line. Didn't turn out that way, though.
So we'll see what Quieres can do here. Gives me a run attempt up the middle. Stopped up short.
Wrapped up at number 52, Adam Weinberg. Asher Weinberg.
My apologies to the Quinones family. I've been saying his last name wrong all night. It's Quinones.
Got no wide receivers on the far side. I'd be expecting a run towards the closer side here.
Yancey going to switch the side now.
We might have an illegal motion.
Yep.
Legal motion on 22.
You saw him move around the back. He'd already gotten set. Oh. Yeah.
That's just going to push him further back.
There you go. The referee gave the wrong signal. I heard it go over the PA. I was slightly confused there for a second. So Quinones takes a snap, hands it off to Yancey, finding space up the middle. Still going. Going to gain a couple yards on the play. Put him within striking distance. Well, it'll be fourth down now.
Gain of a few on the play.
Looking to their coach to see what they're going to do on this.
Well spotted, 18-yard line.
So there's the snap. Looking to throw this time. Can't be. Two Pioneers missing it. It's blocked there. So it'll go down as an incomplete pass, but Devin Williams looks to be in quite a lot of pain. Landed funny on that shoulder.
An official timeout on the play, injury timeout.
Does not look good.
When we return to action, it'll be 4th down and 8 for the Statesmen.
He went for the sack there, and looks like he might have fallen funny, maybe on his wrist. It doesn't seem to be clutching his legs at all.
Looked to be the shoulder that he landed on. Quinones made two Pioneers miss and fall.
Lucky he got a incompletion out of that instead of a 10-yard sack.
Yeah, threw up another prayer. It's just right in his face. They got a great hand on the ball. But right now, Devin Williams is still down. A big worry for he's one of the biggest core members of the Pioneer defense.
Oh, yeah, he is
It's the
cradling
shoulder.
that shoulder.
Able to run off without.
He's able to run off. Doesn't look like it'll be too bad, and he's going back onto the no,
Nope.
He has to come off.
Still seems to be in pain. He's rolling it around, so it's not dislocated.
Or a broken collarbone of that sort.
Always good to hear. You hate to see what happened to Reese Goddard, 2016.
Packers see the potential punt.
Last game had to be taken out because of a broken collarbone.
6 Jackson Porter.
The bell makes you do things you wouldn't normally do. So here's the punt for Webster. It's their first of the day. Out to about the 50, and they'll let it bounce. Statesman ought to down this one at the 46-yard line.
Punt will come to rest at Kirkwood 46-yard line.
So an overall good defensive stop for the Pioneers. A little frustration for the Statesmen there. But
Yeah.
Quinones doing some great quarterback job, able to run the ball around, make two Pioneers miss overall.
And that defensive stop won't make the highlight reel, but it is probably more important than any pick you'll see.
You know, if Quinones completes that pass, it might actually go on the highlight reel for just how he made those two linebackers miss. So Macon in the backfield now, giving Gerald Jackson a rest. They'll go ahead and hand it off. He finds room up the middle. He's still going, rolls around, and he's just one shy of the 40-yard line.
Nice run up the middle. Good for a first down. Pioneers have entered Statesman.
Cam Macon hasn't been seeing many carries today from the backfield, but when he has gotten the ball, he has made his impact.
Very tough kid. Once again, pure muscle. He's great at taking the beating when he needs to get a couple seconds off the clock, get the ball a few yards downfield to start a drive. This time Neslitz is going to throw. He's got time and space. Just a little miscommunication as he's brought down after the play. Oh,
hold on.
and the potential of flag. Refs are going to call it a trip, not a flag.
They're not throwing the flag there. They're going to let the kids play.
It might have been a trip.
Let the kids play, in my opinion, unless it's malicious. And he was just protecting his quarterback there.
Either way, flag or no flag, it's 2nd and 10 now for the Pioneers with 8:06 to go in the quarter. Macon going to take it again for no gain.
No room to run for number 4.
Rain's starting to fall a little bit. Maybe the ball's getting a little slippery. Not throwing it as much. That's 2 runs in a row now.
So there's 3 Nestlitches on the sideline right now. You've got Cannon, his father, but his little brother, the lefty, who plans to play quarterback when he gets to high school, is the acting ball boy for Kirkwood Pioneers. Does a great job.
It's awesome when you get a family.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Pioneers. Neslitz takes the snap. Gonna throw. There's Macklin. Gonna find his way out of bounds.
Number 2, Jay Macklin. With
Smart play by Macklin there.
Coaches were looking for some more forward progress there. Looks like they're going to send out the punt team.
about 7-yard gain. It'll be 4th down and 3. Spot at the 34.
Band imitating a train horn, it sounded like. Will Lee, a punch straight up in the air. Just got under it with the wrong bounce.
That almost looked like it would have gone back to the line of scrimmage.
It'll go ahead and be downed by Gio Van.
At the 29-yard line.
So not the best punt from Will Lee's career, but we'll see what the Pioneers can do with it.
1st and 10, Statesman.
Either way, it'll bring up 1st and 10 from the 29 for the Statesmen. Remember to go ahead and add us on Twitter at Pioneer Sports NW. That's Pioneer Sports NW. Share the link with whoever you can, and while you're at it, go ahead and tag us in a photo on Twitter of wherever you're watching the game today. So there's the low snap. Handed off.
Mean
a good stiff arm there. A mean stiff arm.
Brought down by number 22, Jason Pettis.
What a play by Connors.
Speaking of Twitter, we will also have some polls going up on Twitter here shortly. We have the guys in the studio working on that.
So here's the snap for Quinones. A motion. He's going to take it himself. Brought down by a horde of Pioneers.
Carry. Asher Weinberg with the tackle.
Tackle will officially go to Asher Weinberg.
3rd down and 5. Ball spotted at the 34-yard line.
Bill Wayrich, I know you're watching. Thank you for following us on Twitter. Along with Kirkwood School District, who is just now following us back. Going to fake the handoff to Connors, but Quinones is put right back where he started.
Webster Groves offensive line has been doing their job all day, except right there they let someone get through. Maybe getting a little tired.
It'll be 4th down and 8. Ball spotted 31-yard line. Another potential punting situation for the Statesmen. Back to receive for the Pioneers, Jay Macklin, Jackson Fortner.
So here comes a second punt for the Statesmen. Another good defensive stop by the Pioneers. Macklin's going to take this one, run to the outside. A great block. There he is at the 50. He's still got blockers, and he'll find his way out of bounds around the 45-yard line. What a game this kid is having today.
He's really putting his mark. He really wants to outdo Maurice Massey's fantastic game last year.
He's getting into Jeremy levels now.
Oh, he really is. His cousin Jeremy, of course, is a special teams punt return specialist. Was fantastic for Mizzou and Kirkwood in the punt return.
You know, he had an all right NFL career, too.
We got Cole Johnson in the backfield. I've seen this the first time I believe he's been in the backfield today.
There's the handoff. He's going to find a hole. There he goes. Oh, just tripped up and brought down. It'll be brought down around the 25-yard line. So it'll be a Pioneer first down. Hear that cowbell ring.
It'll be first and 10 Pioneers from the Statesman 26-yard line.
Standing next to me right now is a two-time Ironman finisher by the name of Tommy Domian. He just gave us the follow on Twitter, too, so a big shout-out to him. I'm sure the Domian family's watching at home. Lifelong friend. And they'll blow that one down. Flag on the field.
Tommy Domian, that name sounds familiar. I think I ran next to him this morning in the turkey trot.
What was that?
Oh, it was grueling and it was tiring, indeed. He pulled ahead at the end, though. I let him.
So the Pioneers pick up an illegal motion. Oh, yep.
That'll be their second of the day, I believe.
Pushing back 5 yards. Either way, in striking distance. First and 15 now with 4:54 to go in the half, in the quarter.
To get within David Begrandy range, they're going to need to get another 5 yards or so.
There he goes. Puts up a couple yards.
Number 3, Clemens with the tackle once again. Second down, 14.
Neslage takes the snap. Dropping back, looking out to Will Lee. Caught up the middle. He's got one man to beat. Crosses the plane. Touchdown, Pioneers. Will Lee gets himself on the board. Quite the nice pass by Neslage. Good running. Is able to beat Yancey, my apologies. Able to beat Yancey right off the bat. Breaks the plane with the ball and finds his way into the end zone.
He's shown for sure that hamstring is not bothering him whatsoever.
Or play through the pain. Either way, tremendous athletic skill by Will Lee.
What football sense to reach the ball out over the goal line, get the for sure touchdown instead of trying to run over Yancey there.
Good snap, hold by Gibson. Extra point is good. The Pioneers have themselves a 14-point lead with 4:06 to go in the third quarter.
Defense is going to have to come up big here. Last time they had a 14-point lead, they surrendered a touchdown drive. Keep it a 14-point game, make it 21. Make it a 3-score game instead.
Absolutely, Pioneers starting to pull ahead here. Webster offense this half has no answer for the defense of the Pioneers.
Quite a different game than the high-scoring affair we saw last year.
There you see Coach Neslage talking to his offensive line, likely congratulating them on how well they've done and coaching them up with some of his experience. 3-year starting quarterback at Lindenwood.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day. You learned I was a Steelers fan. I learned Coach Neslage was at Lindenwood for 3 years as a starting quarterback.
There's Connors dancing around. Gonna find his way up the sideline. David Brigandy tried to make a big hit.
The play alive and gets the ball close to midfield.
Connors has been a big, huge bright spot for the Webster Groves High School Statesmen today, especially in the kick return. I bet you his average kick return is probably sitting around 20 yards, probably starting around the 35-yard line, which you just don't see every day.
What's been great for Webster, it's been coming from all over. It's not just been one or two players. I mean, guys are stepping up. You see the numbers 22, 11, 10, and 7 especially. All those guys are really putting in their effort.
It all starts with the offensive line, though.
These guys are really grinding in the trenches. So here's the snap for Quinones. Going to be a fake handoff. He'll run it up the middle. He will get the, will not get the first down. Going to be just a yard short, it looks like.
That offensive line doing what they do best, creating holes, allowing their running back, quarterback, whoever's running the ball. It seems to be just about anyone right now getting to the secondary.
So a 2:28 to go in the third quarter. It'll be 2nd and 1 for the Statesmen. There's the snap. Going to go ahead and throw it in the air. They'll get the first down and trot out of bounds at about the 38-yard line.
That'll be good enough for a first down.
Connors again seems to be the only person that's not really dropping the ball,
First and 10, States.
acting as a running back / wide receiver right now.
Rain's starting to come down just a little more consistently. Fans starting to put on the ponchos.
If they came here to watch the band perform, they're trickling out right now.
Yeah. Ooh, there's a good run up the middle. He's going to find the end zone.
Cameron Yancey.
What a play by Cameron Yancey.
What a move to get the safety out of the way.
Starting right past the O-line, makes it through. Then he's got one man to beat, sends him straight off to the other side of the field.
That's not something you want to see if you're Kirkwood right now.
Tremendous.
Coming off a play, right? Coming off a touchdown drive, you want to be able to stop them and get a 3-score game going, and stop with this 2-score game nonsense.
So here we go for the extra point. Samuel Travers once again kicking for the Statesmen. Good snap, good hold. Kick is good. It's a one possession game.
Point is good. That makes the score Kirkwood 28, Webster Groves Statesmen 21.
Pioneers are obviously going to be looking to answer here with some big scoring play.
With Jeremy Macklin as the offensive coordinator, I'm sure he's got something really good drawn up.
Taking a slow stroll out there. So Macklin back to receive once again. So another low kick. Didn't touch it and it went out of bounds. That's a flag.
Smart play by Kirkwood right there. Saw it was going out of bounds. Let it go out of bounds, and they're going to get the extra 15 yards or so.
Smart football IQ play. Almost touched that one. Luckily, he pulled his hand up on time. Now we'll see what the Pioneers can accomplish here on this offensive drive.
Something you've been seeing in the NFL is that when the ball is close to being out of bounds, they'll actually pick it up with their foot out of bounds and get the high IQ football play and get the penalty.
That's what I did see.
35-yard line.
Yeah, just sneak that foot out of bounds, one in, one out, pick it up, voila. Good way to cheat the system. Nesledge rolling out. Going to complete the pass to Will Lee. A little bit of dancing. He'll be brought down at the 42-yard line.
Will Lee.
A little bit of a stumble in the backfield there with Cameron Macon.
For 22, Cameron Yancey with the tackle.
Almost got caught from behind.
Second down and 3.
Was able to get the throw off and get a couple yards out of the play, though.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 3 for the Pioneers with 2:40 to go. Nesledge in the shotgun. Once again with Cole Johnson behind him. Throwing it out to Macklin. He's going to find the outside again, but to no avail.
Macklin with the reception. He's met immediately. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down to 3.
Looking in for the sign once again. There's a snap. Nesledge's going to drop back. Find it up the middle. However, Jackson Fortner can't seem to find the forward progress. He'll be brought down. Special teams will come out to punt once again.
Blitz came in hard from Webster Groves there, number 73. Gregory Burkhead was in on the rush, blew right through the offensive line and caused Cannon Nesledge to make a quick throw.
So it'll be 4th and 2. There's the punt, better one by Will Lee. This one will find its way out of bounds, however, around the 36-yard line. Ref will mark it at the 37.
That's what we're more used to seeing out of Will Lee.
Return to action.
So Webster figuring out what they're going to do here on this drive. Pioneers patiently waiting on their side of the ball. And here's the snap. It'll be a low one. He'll take it himself. That is number 3, Moron Clemens.
It's Marion Clemens.
Marion, yep, I said Moron Clemens, my bad. So 1:18 to go. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Statesmen from their own 48.
10 Statesmen from their own 48-yard line.
So here we go. Quinones takes the snap, hands it off there. He's going to find space. Here he is. Going for his 2nd of the day. Outruns Cameron Macon. It's a touchdown. It's going to be a 1-point game with 1:02 to go.
That's exact. Once again, the Webster defense is standing strong, and they're making the Kirkwood defense stay on the field. Kirkwood's defense is getting tired, and that is the #1 thing you want to do, is make the other defense stay on the field. It doesn't matter how good they are. We saw it with the Rams when they were in St. Louis, one of the best defenses ever, but because they were on the field for 40, 50 minutes a game, they would give up 40 points in the second half, and that is what is happening here.
So Travers' kick is good. We've got a tie game with 1:08 to go left in the 3rd quarter.
We said it wasn't going to be a cakewalk, and it's been anything but that right now.
Pioneers need to find whatever they can to motivate themselves to keep going strong. Seeing this happen to them against Webster is not something they take lightly.
I think it's a bit of a shock factor right now. Like, did this really just happen? And now they're like, okay, we gotta get down, we gotta get dirty, and we gotta put the pedal to the metal, grind it out.
Statesman set to kick off. Another low one. He's picking targets now. Trying to force a fumble. But here we go.
Number 11, Jalen Phipps with the return.
Jalen Phibbs with a great return going across the field up to the 48-yard line. Good way to bolster this drive for the Pioneers.
Enjoying the Kirkwood Pioneer Pride Band and the playing of the Kirkwood alma mater. That'll be the conclusion of the third quarter.
So 1:04 to go in the quarter. We're tied up at 28. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Pioneers from the 42. Nope, not 42. Yep, 42. Neslage takes the snap. Good handoff. Gonna gain a few yards on it.
Johnson with the run, up past the 46-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Number 52, William Roberts with the tackle.
Looks into for the sign. Cole Johnson to his left. Gonna roll out. There's a flag on the play. Just throws it away.
Pass is incomplete.
Smart play by Cannon Neslage there. Unfortunately, when you roll out, you eliminate an entire half of the field, and there just happened to be no one on the half he was running towards. We'll see what the flag is. We got a holding on the defense. That's going to help out Kirkwood a little bit here.
Holding indicated against the Statesmen.
So the Pioneers will go ahead and move it on up now to the 46-yard line. Nope, 44.
Penalty will give the Pioneers a 1st down.
And it'll be a 1st down.
Territory. Ball will be spotted at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 Pioneers.
Here they go, lined up, 26.8 seconds to go. Going to try and get one last play in before the end of the quarter. Neslage takes the snap, hands it off, up the middle.
Number 1, Cole Johnson with the carry.
Tell you, Webster Groves has definitely buckled down on the run game, especially on this drive. Not allowing a lot of room for the running backs for the offensive line to make a hole, and if there is one, for the running backs to even go through it. It's closing too quickly.
That'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
So the clock winds down in the 3rd quarter. We're tied at 28 apiece. Pioneers will start from the other 40-yard line with a 2nd and 6.
And here we have Kirkwood High School singing the alma mater.
All right, it's 2nd down and 6. Ball spotted at the 40-yard line for the Pioneers.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Pioneers. Neslage takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to the outside to Jay Macklin. He's going to make the catch. He's going. Is he going to go for? It's his 4th of the day. Jay Macklin with his 4th touchdown of the day. Talk about history. Outdoing his cousin, outdoing Maurice Massey. He just put himself in the record books.
Quite possibly one of the greatest Turkey Day performances I've ever seen.
No kidding. Drops the helmet, struts down the sideline. He just cemented his legacy at Kirkwood High School. Celebrating with his quarterback now. My goodness, what a play. And so Burgandy's kick will be good, the hold by Gibson.
Kick is up and it's good.
And the Kirkwood are up 35 to 28. Unbelievable game for Jay Macklin so far.
It really is, and it's been it's been a lot of the same moves. He's just been outworking the other guys.
Sticking to his guns, doing what he does best, and it's working.
It's what's gotten him looks from schools across the country, and
Gotten him signed.
yeah, it's gotten him signed. We are 11 followers away from 400 followers on Twitter. So
Unbelievable.
if you're listening right now and not following us on Twitter at Kirkwood Sports NW, right? Or is it Kwood Sports NW?
It's Kirkwood Pioneers and Pioneer Sports NW.
Pioneer Sports NW at Pioneer Sports NW on Twitter. Follow us. Help us
Shout
get
us
to
out,
400.
share us, send our link to anyone you can. There's a good kick by Burgandy, straight out to Yancey. Dodging tackles, he's still going. Finding his way up the middle, this is gonna be dangerous.
Oh,
Yancey's
Oh,
going,
no.
he's up to the 50. It's gonna be David Burgandy that has to take him down. He's blocked off.
On the field, Cameron Yancey with a big return for
My
the Statesmen.
goodness, what a return by Yancey.
Webster Groves has been tearing our special teams apart.
Wow. What a moment for Cameron Yancey.
Cameron Yancey is cementing his legacy at Webster Groves High School. Being a senior himself.
Indicated against the Statesmen.
Statesman with the illegal block, so that'll push him down. They did shove David Burgandy to the ground. It was not clean by any means. However, it's
Looks like
still
we'll be moving back.
quite a bit. It was still quite honestly one of the best, probably Turkey Day runbacks we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, excluding Maurice Massey's kickoff return for a touchdown last year. We would like to thank you guys very much who are watching, because we have broken our record for most viewers on YouTube for a live audience. 442 of you. Super thankful for that. Keep sharing the link so we can even make that record even higher.
Let's crush it. So there goes the snap. It's going to be a handoff, and he's going to break free. Malcolm, it's going to take more than two to bring him down.
Inside the 20-yard line.
Macon finally gets a hold of him, takes him down at the 20.
30-yard
Quite possibly could have taken him down earlier. It looks like J Mac went for the strip there, being the second guy there.
Tell you what, Marion Clemens is a big boy. It's going to take a lot more than one guy to bring him down.
That is true. And the way the run has been killing us, I think it's going to be whoever scores last is going to win this game.
So there's the run to the outside, but it'll be, he will be brought down.
Will we? Looking big again.
Especially after that Joplin game, the Pioneers realized they need to be able to wrap up on their tackles. Really focusing on that going into this game, and you're starting to see it pay off a little more. A couple of those in Joplin would have been touchdowns. Fan enthusiasm. There's Yancey,
loud.
stopped in his tracks and swallowed up by a horde of Pioneers.
22, Cameron Yancey with carry. No gain, possibly a loss of one.
That's the type of community that the Turkey Day game brings around, is fan enthusiasm. Just all like alumni coming in and making their presence known.
So 3rd and 11 with 10:15 to go. They'll go look off for the sign. Quinones takes the snap, going to hand it off now to Yancey, trying to find a hole, pushed back by Macon.
Brought down by
We got 4th down coming up.
Macon. Assisted by number 56, Devin Williams. That'll be 4th down and 7.
Don't expect Webster Groves to go for the field goal here. They're going to run. I expect a run again.
Looks like it's going to be going to Marion Clemens if they do. Yancey now
Yancey is
exiting
going
the
out.
field.
And they'll take a timeout with the play clock running down.
A little bit of substitution confusion there for the Statesmen.
This is a big play right here. Kirkwood's looking for a stop. They get a stop, possibly go up 2 scores. Earlier in the game, we were talking about them trying to go up 3 scores, but all of a sudden that was no more, as Webster had 2 touchdown drives in a row after stopping the Pioneer offense. This is a big play right here. Could determine the game.
Kirkwood's demonstrated heavily their ability to have a long drive downfield in the 4th quarter and really kill some time. Of course, they'll have to get the stop first. 4th and 7.
No safety help on any wide receiver out to the left.
He's going to look to throw. His arm's been shaky. Intercepted! What a pick! What a play! The Pioneers have the ball.
That's number 16, Ryland Irvin. And oh boy, that's got to feel real sweet with his dad being a principal at Webster Groves High School.
The son of the genius himself. What a play by the Pioneers. You talk about clutch. What a play. They wanted to draw the throw from the quarterback. They knew his arm was a little shaky. That's exactly what they did, and they got the interception from it.
They forced a 4th and long, and now the offense is going to need a nice long drive here.
So Neslage takes the snap, going to hand it off to Gerald Jackson, finding his way upfield. There he goes. He's good for a 1st down, and he's shoved out of bounds.
Gerald Jackson finds running room up the sideline.
Nice play there. When you're wanting to waste time and have a 4-minute offense plan kind of going, you're going to be running the ball a lot, especially on 1st down.
And they were able to move the chains too. How impressive is that? So 9 to go. 1st and 10, but there's a flag on the play.
Might have a false start. Either that or an offsides. Did look like number 40, 42 of Webster Groves got an early jump. That is
It'll be a
Noah
false
Arnise.
start. It'll be a false start on the Pioneers. Took it back 5 yards.
So Arnise just had a nice jump on the ball. Probably would have had a sack there.
Yeah, he drew him offside for sure. So it'll be 8:57 now. Clock is running. Neslage takes the snap, hands it off. That's Cameron Macon finding the hole up the middle. He's dodging tackles. He's got 1. Here he goes, brought down by 3 of the Webster Groves Statesmen at the 35-yard line.
Holy! What a run by Cameron Macon, making at least 4 guys miss there. Quite a beast mode run of his own.
Very dynamic run by Macon. So 8:34 to go. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Pioneers. There's Neslage taking the snap. Hands it off again, this time to Cole Johnson for a 5-yard gain.
The ability to have 3 running backs that can all get about 5 yards a carry is something that the Kirkwood Pioneer offense has, and it opens up the passing game when you have to worry about the running game.
Absolutely.
5-yard gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 5 from the 41-yard line.
We had a comment on YouTube by the Goldberg guy shouting us out. We appreciate your well wishes to us and your compliment.
So here's Gerald Jackson taking it up the middle now for a couple yards. Then got 2 shy of the 1st down.
Gain of 3 on the play.
The Kirkwood-Webster rivalry is something that is historic, and with that we do have a situation above.
Players seem to be distracted. A little bit of police activity up on Chopin Road.
It is stopping the game. That is the activity we have going on.
Yes, the game is being stopped right now.
We're not going to make any assumptions of what's going on. We just know that there is a situation and it is being handled by the Kirkwood police. And it has stopped the game. And out of respect to what's happening up there, we will not show it on our cameras as well.
So they're going to elect to restart the game. Looking in for the snap. Going to look for the sign from the coach instead. So the run will be to no avail.
We got a big fourth down coming up here.
So it'll be 4th and 2 for the Pioneers. Really want to go up by another possession here.
This is a weird situation where if you don't go for it, you punt it away, and Webster will get a starter right around the 25-yard line. But if you do go for it and you fail, it's just at midfield, it is a weird spot to have a 4th and 1, especially when you're trying to go up another score. Looks like they'll punt it.
Will Lee going to run the fake. He's dived for the first. Did he get it? Did he get it? He didn't.
Oh, no.
I believe the ball might have crossed the plane. However, the referee seems to think the knee went down beforehand.
That's what I think. I think the knee went down as well.
The ball definitely crossed the plane, but did it get down, or did it get across before the knee went down?
And it is Statesman's ball.
Statesman ball.
Both sides saying they got it. And that was Shelton out of the bag of tricks, and Shelton is really angry about that. He thinks the ball crossed the line.
Missed it by that much.
Maybe they should come up here with our cameras, get a nice little review going.
Yeah, tell us what you think on Twitter.
At Pioneer Sports NW. Defense is going to have to come up big here.
As it has already so far. There's the snap. It'll actually be a direct snap to number 3, Marion Clemens, then a handoff for no gain.
It's met by a host of Kirkwood tacklers. Looks like number 58, Dejan Ewings was in on that. 2nd down and 10. Ball spotted at the 45-yard line.
So 6:20 to go in the 4th quarter. There's the snap, another direct snap. But brought down.
Big 3rd down here.
Number 31, Tucker Bass.
For Webster Groves, this is 4-down territory, though, as they have shown time and time again. They're not wanting to punt the ball.
It'll be 3rd down and 7 from the 42.
So 3rd and 7 now. Here's the snap. That's going to be a low one, and he's brought down. It's a 4th down.
We got a flag on the play.
There's a flag on the play. You did see Will Lee be completely leveled by number 42, Noah Arinze.
Flag on the play coming from the backfield. There's 2 flags down, one on the near sideline, but I think it is the same play they're talking about, and it is a holding. That's what I was alluding to. Usually a flag in the backfield means it's against the offensive line or a roughing the passer, and there was no roughing the passer there. It looks like Shelton will decline it and probably go for a 4th down.
Yep, 4th and 7 here.
Pioneers will decline. It's now 4th down and 7. Ball spotted. Check that. 4th down and 8. Ball
4th and 8 now.
4-down territory once again.
5 minutes, 41 seconds to go. The Statesmen have to go for it here. Likely looking to run the ball, only 2 receivers out.
We've got
3.
2 linebackers. See if they'll bring the house.
Here's the snap. Looking to throw.
Brings him down. They'll be short.
Brings him down. 5:36 to go, and the Pioneers have the ball on the 40-yard line.
A pair of turnover down trade-offs there. And Defense coming up big for the Pioneers, and just like that, Kirkwood has their fate in their own hands.
First and 10.
This is big for the Pioneers. Bringing out the big guns to try and seal this thing off. There's the snap. Going to go ahead and hand it off. Being grabbed by his jersey and brought down. Loss of 2
Number 3, Gerald Jackson.
for Gerald Jackson. We got 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Pioneers have the ball now on the 35-yard line.
Second down and 12.
It's going to be 2nd and 12.
Outside the 35-yard line.
However, they lead by a possession. Another handoff here. Finding his way forward. A lot of grabbing of the jersey there.
Number 7,
There'll be maybe a gain of 2 to get him even with the 10.
Jackson carried one.
Barely made his way to the 10-yard mark.
Gonna need to be something different to get this ball downfield.
Gain of 2 on the play. It'll be 3rd down.
They're
and
running
10.
some time off the clock, but we need a vital first down here.
37-yard line.
3rd and 10. Here's a snap. Nesledge alone behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a throwing play. 22 creeping in. And a timeout called by the Statesmen.
Timeout. Webster. Timeout, Webster Groves.
That's another vital timeout they've taken. That's 2 now, I believe. I think they have 1 more left, which should come up big in the final moments of the 4th quarter.
Very big in the end of this game.
And with the way they kind of wasted that one with the miscommunication in the 3rd quarter, I believe.
Absolutely.
That is, no, it was at the beginning of the 4th quarter. That's where it was. And that's when you don't want to take a timeout, is because of a miscommunication, because that's on you and not the situation.
So the temperature here in Kirkwood has dropped to 36 degrees, and it's now 80 to 70% chance of showers. Chris Higgins, you're one of my favorite weathermen, but man, you told me it wasn't going to rain. Rain is starting to pick up a little bit here. However, fans are sticking around, not so much for the Webster Groves side. But the Kirkwood
the student section of Webster Groves has stood strong, though.
You got to. A lot of these people are seniors, seeing their last Turkey Day game as a student.
As we return to action, it's 3rd down and 10. All spotted, 37-yard line.
So that brings up 3rd and 10 for the Pioneers. Just 4:14 to go in the game. Nesledge takes the snap. He's going to throw deep. There's a flag on the play already.
Looks like it's going to be a
Jay
holding.
Macklin.
Ball is incomplete.
My guess would be either a holding or illegal hands to the face. We got pointing. It's going to be on Webster. That got a personal foul.
That'll bring him up 15 yards for the first down. Big Matt Hartman trying to get his bench hyped up.
And my guess in that case, it would be an illegal hands to the face.
Check that. That was a
That'll be a
foul.
first down.
That'll be a first down for the Pioneers.
All of a sudden, the Pioneers now have it on the Webster Groves 49 with a 1st and 10. It's only 4:09 to go in the game, up by 1 possession.
A score here could pretty much bury the Statesmen.
So here we go. Going to look in for the sign again from the coaches. There it comes. A little handoff to Gerald Jackson. He's going to fight his way forward, but to no avail. 2nd and 10.
Gets to the marker.
Jackson with the carry. No gain on the
The
play.
clock continues to run, though.
By number 3.
That's Kirkwood's goal right now, is keep pedaling to the metal with the run, even if it's not getting you anywhere. It's better than an incomplete pass and stopping the clock for the Statesmen, who I believe only have 1 more timeout.
They're going to go ahead and reset the play clock. Looking at the wrong booth.
We don't control that. You want the booth to our left.
So Neslitz takes the snap, rolls out, looking deep with pressure. There's Macklin. He's got it. Oh my goodness! Here he goes.
Oh my goodness!
Touchdown! Jay Macklin with his 5th of the day. The Pioneers are up by 2 possessions.
Oh wow! The balls of steel of Cannon Neslitz to stand with 2 guys in his face and put a perfect ball to Jarius Macklin.
Can you believe what we are watching right now? In his last ever game, he's got 5 touchdowns already. That's a speechless.
Indeed. Sometimes no words are better than words.
Unbelievable.
600.
This man is earning his Thanksgiving dinner. And the kick is good. Pioneers have it by 2 possessions.
Someone get him a turkey leg to eat after the game like they do with the NFL.
You want to talk about MVP. A great throw by Neslitz. He's under pressure, being sacked at the time. It's unbelievable what we're seeing right now.
He has outdone just about anyone I have seen in a Turkey Day performance.
Has he outdone Maurice yet?
Oh, he has outdone Maurice.
Unbelievable what we're seeing here.
Once again, for the people watching, we would like to thank you. There are right now 608 of you, but at one point we reached up to 620. Super thankful. We are just crushing our record, and we keep setting the barrier. So keep it going. Share the link. Watch Kirkwood and just bury the Statesmen here in the final minutes.
So Burgandy will kick off once again. This time a little pooch. Fair caught at the 33-yard line. Unbelievable.
34-yard line. First and 10.
So with 3:24 to go, the Statesmen will have a 1st and 10 from their own 33. They're going to have to get the ball downfield fast. Likely could work an onside kick and then get it downfield fast again. That would force overtime. So here comes the pass, and he's swallowed up. Fumble, ball is loose. The Pioneers think they've recovered. They've recovered! The Pioneers have the ball within the 30.
A plethora of mistakes for the Statesmen here in the final minutes, and Kirkwood's not gonna miss those opportunities.
See that Pioneer sideline starting to jump up and down. They know what they've just accomplished.
First and 10, Pioneers from the Statesman 28-yard line.
Eddie Colleen getting in the game. So that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Pioneers. Neslitz takes the snap. Gonna go ahead and hand it off again.
Number 1,
Gain of a few yards for Cole Johnson.
Brought down by number 72, Isaac Kendrick. Gain of 4 on the play. It's 2nd down and 6 from the 24.
More seniors starting to trickle into the play now, as this is the last game of high school football they'll ever play. 2:48 to go.
That's something the Turkey Day game has provided for a lot of seniors. Not a lot of sports
Closure.
get to not a lot of the time you get to go out on top winning, and with the Turkey Day game you can do that.
There it is up the middle.
Even if you weren't the best team, winning state, you can go out on top with a win.
Exactly. Odds of winning Turkey Day are a heck of a lot better than winning state. And I think that's just been what's so great about this tradition. No one really leaves this program with a sour taste in their mouth. Kane Edelman checking in now.
Watch for Kane to be a lead blocker here, being at the tight end position.
2 minutes to go. Neslage takes the snap. Let's get the ball to Colleen.
Oh, big hit.
My goodness. Marion Clemens is not ready to go home without a say of things.
Making his presence known everywhere on the field today.
Unbelievable, what a hit.
If I had to give an MVP to Webster Groves, it would be Marion Clemens, for sure.
I'd have to go with Yancey myself, but
it's close. It is close between those two. We have a timeout called. Delaying the inevitable, I believe. 4th down. If you're Kirkwood, you go for it here. Try to finish the game.
Absolutely, look for a pass to the Eagle. Wearing number 80 in red.
Rain's really coming down hard now towards the end of the game. I don't expect to affect any throwing here. I'd expect a run, and if we do throw a high percentage completion pass kind of thing.
2 backs on the field right now. So 1:39 to go. 4th and 1 for the Pioneers.
Can't make it in the fullback position.
A good little shuffle step.
Oh, and he might have gotten stopped.
Cole Johnson with the carry. That looked like he got it. He did not. Statesman will
Referees say he did not get it. So the Statesmen will control the ball for the final 1:34 of the game.
I believe they don't have any timeouts left.
No timeouts to burn.
So a mammoth kind of a feat. If they can pull it off, they would have to drive 80 yards, score, onside kick, and then drive again and score. Nearly impossible with the time left.
So they'll take the snap. Passing game activated. Yancey drops it.
Pass intended for Cameron Yancey. Ball is incomplete.
Once again, something we've seen with Webster all day is dropped and bobbled passes.
On the 20.
That's just, you can't have those. Kirkwood will jump on those mistakes.
Of course, this is the final game for a lot of seniors for Webster, too.
There's got to be a sour taste in their mouth right now.
Losing is never fun, but they have to be proud of what they did in this game. There's no way you leave this field right now disappointed, besides for the loss.
Oh.
Will Lee coming in hot towards the end.
We have a whistle. Possibly calling him down.
Looks like it. So a minute 15 to go.
That is just good awareness by Will Lee to not finish the hit. Otherwise, that would have been a personal foul and helping out the Statesmen there.
Personal foul. They start worrying about ejections. Another drop for Yancey. Basically sums up the passing game for the Statesmen today.
Indeed.
Under a minute to go for the Pioneers.
4th down and 11.
On the sideline, they wait patiently, but they know their time is coming to ring that bell once again.
They see the bell is out behind the south end zone. And they're waiting to roll it onto the field. The Kirkwood football players are hoping it's rolling towards their sideline.
This O-line carries it onto the field. 54 to go, takes the snap, got to look deep. Gonna try and run it himself.
Ball's loose.
Brought down there, and the fumble is recovered by the Pioneers once again.
And that'll be the game.
Unbelievable. What a play for the Pioneers, and what a 4th quarter it is. 52 seconds to go. A couple kneel downs, and this game belongs to them.
The stands are emptying. for the Webster sideline,
Pioneers will
hoping to get home early
from the
and avoid any sort of rush.
1st and 10.
Here we go, seniors on the field. A couple kneel downs and a few careers are over, but a huge game is over. And a win for the Pioneers as the Frisco bell rings in victory. Lining up at the 50, ready to shake hands.
And that game will be over. They will shake hands and Kirkwood will ring the bell. What a game.
Here it is, this one will do it.
And Nestlers will down it once more.
For the 54th time in school history, the Kirkwood Pioneers take home the Frisco Bell. It's their 7th time in a row, and once again they are champions. An unbelievable effort by the Pioneers, an unbelievable game. Great props to Webster for how they played. This fans, these student sections, everything is about to go crazy.
We'd like to thank you for tuning in, and we'd like to thank you for tuning in and to make sure you tune in to basketball broadcasts on Friday nights.
Basketball with Max Potler.
Stay followed on Twitter. Look out for live tweets on days that they're not broadcasting, and for all other sports as well.
So they shake hands now. From my producer Aaron DeMarco, JJ Penn, Alex Bainham, and I, we thank you for tuning in and say have a great Thanksgiving. Good afternoon.